wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk Talk. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk on America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at straighttalk.com. Based on most first place rankings, Root Metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
Ask Sherwin-Williams during the Sweet Summer Sale, June 30th through July 10th, and get 30% off paints and stains with prices starting at $31.14. That means 30% off our most popular color family, blue. Psychologists have found it to be soothing and relaxing, which makes it especially great for bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, get 30% off all of our other colors. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Would you like to access some of the equity in your home without refinancing? No reason to refinance and lose that great low rate that you have on your current mortgage. Desert Equity Lending can get you the home equity line of credit you've been looking for. It's fast, it's easy, and it may not even require tax returns. That's right. We can use bank statements to qualify you. Most banks require at least 2 years of tax returns and many other supporting documents. When the big banks say no, we say yes. You can have your home equity line in as little as 15 days. We have a simplified process that helps get you a home equity line of credit in half the time using half the documentation that the big banks require. It's never been easier. Call now, 602-509-3000. That's 602-509-3000. Find out just how easy it is to get a home equity line of credit without jumping through all the hoops at a big bank. Call Desert Equity Lending at 602-509-3000. 602-509-3000. Desert Equity Lending MB 0906989 NMLS number NMLS 1733369. Conditions and restrictions apply.
You've made your financial plan, but are you prepared for an emergency?
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, host of Market Wrap and president of Compact Asset Management, where we focus on holistic wealth management. That means helping you find the right investments and planning for the future. But the best investment plan in the world can be ineffective if you or your loved ones cannot access the information quickly. Do you know your account numbers and where your insurance policies are kept? Who do you want to take care of your children if something happens to you? From a natural disaster to a death in the family, every household needs an emergency plan in order to cope and recover. Call my office at 1-800-388-9700 and ask for the personal financial information packet, which can help you keep all of your important details together for easy access. That's 1-800-388-9700, 1-800-388-9700.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor. Funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
Here we go. This is KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting at K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, not alongside Randy White. He'll be back with us next week. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. It's the last day of June. So remember, everybody, even though it's a Saturday tomorrow, don't forget to pay your rent. I can't stress that enough. Late fees are no laughing matter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's times in my life where I had the money. I just forgot what day it was. And then I had to pay a late fee. And oh my God, I hate that. It's like a senseless thing. You know what I mean? If you have the money and you forget to pay, now you got to pay more money, but you had the money. I've never felt so dumb in my life than when I haven't paid my rent, knowing I had the rent to pay. You see what I'm saying?
It's just like you're giving free money to your landlord for no reason.
Woof. I
Feels
hate
horrible.
it. I hate it. It's just it's one of the worst things. I'm feeling pretty good today. My wife made me a delicious nutritional shake. I asked her what's in it. She's like, you don't want to know. I'm like, it's all right. I imagine there's kale. She's like, all right, you're right. There's kale. Yeah. And I think she wants me to have more healthy substitutes. She got kind of upset with me. She found out how much Viagra I've been using. Yeah. Yeah. She's been taking it pretty hard. Anyway, Last Optimist says, great to see you guys were not affected by the ESPN layoffs. Happy Friday. Well, you know, the reason we are safe from those ESPN layoffs, we don't work there. And I just, I couldn't ever bring myself to work for that corporation or really any other real corporation. You know what I mean? I mean, CRC Broadcasting is incorporated, but it's not like a soulless corporation. You know what I mean? It's a different kind of joint.
But yeah, you couldn't do the blender on ESPN radio.
No,
it would not be possible.
And let's say that Keon, Randy, and we did work for the Evil Empire. We'd have been fired long ago.
That's true.
Ago, I'd have said the wrong thing to Stephen A. Smith. Randy would have pantsed Kellerman. I mean, many different things could happen. But yeah, there's a bunch of people who did get fired today. They say,
including Kellerman.
Layoffs. They say, well, we're not renewing the contract. It boils down to fired. You don't have a job here anymore. And, now somebody you've never heard of is going to be doing your job, a complete unknown because you get paid too much. 20 or so people that made millions no longer make millions. So here's the thing about the list. If these guys were smart, they have stashed some cash away. They're going to be okay. They're going to make their rent tomorrow. Don't worry. The other reason is this was a financial bean counter move. Everybody got paid. They got paid off. Their contracts were paid in full. It was a matter of just justifying, okay, we're taking a loss this year to pay you guys off, but next year, boy, our book's going to look good. And it just boggles the normal person mind. It's like, wait, so you don't want me here, but you're going to pay me. I would have showed up had you pay me. And just, but no, you don't want to lose money next year. So you're going to pay me a whole lot of my money this year, not expect me to work. And then next year, do you see?
It doesn't make any sense.
It's very weird, but hey, Jalen Rose, the guy with the strangest hairline I've ever seen. I feel like some of that's painted on.
Well,
right?
No, it's just that his barber is just very meticulous.
No.
That's a line
painted.
right there.
There's paint. There's paint involved.
I don't think that paint is necessary.
James Brown over at CBS has the same line of paint right across his forehead. I would bet your salary that Jalen Rose's hair is painted on.
It's not that much.
Part of it.
I don't think that's necessary for that. That is a very that he's just got a lot of hair, and then
nobody's hair goes right turn.
Well, no, that's what the barber lines you up like that, man. I'm telling you,
so far down on his forehead, it's not legit, and you know it. Come on. Look at some pictures.
No, I've seen him. I know Jalen Rose like what
in
the guy looks
person.
like. Not in
You've
person.
Seen him up close in person.
Not up close in person, but
I can't because I'll go with my fingernail and I'll probably get beat up and arrested. But
it's not paint. It's just that is just a very, very tight fade. And
I get a tight fade, but you can't tight fade at 50 whatever and down that far on your forehead.
That's just genetics, man. Some people have the hairline that never goes back. That's just.
There's only one man who has that hairline. It's Jason Bateman, Teen Wolf. And he was Teen Wolf for a reason because he just can't stop. He can't stop. Won't stop. So Jalen Rose is now looking for a new work. A lot of these guys will probably find new work. Yeah. Some of them will not. Susie Colbert had a nice long career with the ESPN. And, I think she's probably going to go on her merry way. Jeff Van Gundy, TNT is going to pick him up in a heartbeat. There's no way Jeff Van Gundy.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing. I would give Kenny the Jet Smith away right now just to add Jeff.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking. I wasn't even thinking like that. I'm thinking just on a play-by-play.
I mean,
You know?
that would make more sense. He has, but I'd love to see the TNT broadcast where he just decides in the middle of the game that it's time to complain about whatever is bothering America today.
Why
but
not?
From his point of view, I'm ready for it. I think it's fun.
So Todd McShay, the NFL draft expert, which, you know, hey, what's the other guy with the giant forehead and the weird alien
Mel
hair?
Kiper.
He didn't get fired.
No.
But Todd McShay did.
Well, because Kiper's the original.
Yeah, but yeah.
I am going to miss them arguing around draft time. Like, that's my favorite part of the year with them, is just when they start leading up to the draft and they take turns doing mock drafts like every week and then just roast each other. That was pretty fun, when we're not going to have that anymore because money.
Yeah. Of course, Kuiper's going to be like, because I'm the best.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, his ego is as big as the weird shape of his hair.
Steve Young, who was, he was
all right.
boring kind of just, he existed. I don't know if we ever got any real good information from him. But Max Kellerman, that was a little bit of a surprise. I guess once Stephen A. Smith is done with you, you're done.
I guess, yeah.
You know, I'll be honest, I couldn't watch his show. I don't like the shouty shows. You know what I mean? Where he wasn't shouty with his show. He wasn't very good. You know what I mean? He wasn't good on air. His delivery was a bit bad.
Is boxing and the boxing show I liked. But he's gonna, he already does stuff with HBO. He'll probably just go back and do more stuff with HBO boxing. He'll be all right.
More casualties of Espen, Vince Carter, Matt Hasselbeck, Keyshawn Johnson, Jason Fitz. I don't know who Jason Fitz is. Who's Jason Fitz?
I don't know.
Jay Williams.
Yeah, Jay Williams was on the show with Kellerman and Keyshawn.
I don't know, but that was collateral damage there, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So, these are the names we did find out about. There's a bunch of names you haven't heard of. I don't know that it's going to make ESPN better or worse, to be honest. That place is a bleep show of just bad reporting, bad shows. When you go from TNT watching a basketball game, you're like, all right. And you go to ESPN, you're like, muted.
The broadcasts aren't even close. I don't even think that ESPN's broadcast was that bad. Just relative to TNT, it wasn't even close. So you're watching something incredibly fun, and then, here's this vanilla thing later, and it's...
Well, you know what it is? The fun killer is at the far left on your screen, and it's Stephen A. Smith. Because when they would do the studio side of a basketball game during playoffs and stuff, he was just over there looking all serious, and he just sort of sucked all the fun out of the room. You felt like some of the other guys could probably get down and have a little bit of silliness. The Stephen A. Smith, he smiles and so rarely, and when he does, you can almost hear the cracking. What I'm saying?
He's here to shout. That's what he's here for.
Yeah.
And it just on a halftime show, that's not what you want. You're trying to relax a little bit. Maybe you went up to the fridge to go get a beer and you just came back. You don't need Stephen A. Smith like ready to go into another Stephen A. Smith rant, because that's his whole career. I mean, it's
just glum and serious. You just almost want to push your beer through the screen. It's like, here, drink this. Just drink it, man. Loosen up. I guess this is going to change a lot about how they do their NBA broadcasts, about how the whole makeup. I mean, it's just going to be back-to-back ESPNs repeating over and over. I have no idea what's going to happen.
It's just going to be a bunch of people you don't know and have never heard of, just doing the same thing that the other people were doing, but maybe not as well because they don't have the experience.
The movie Tag. Did you ever watch that movie?
I know of the movie, but I didn't watch it actually.
It was actually kind of fun. It wasn't bad. Jeremy Renner was like the best. This group of friends, since they were like 12, every year would play like epic tag. And then there was a certain span of time that you had to play. And then after that, you had to go back to normal so people could live their lives. They did this on into their 40s, I think. And every year people were jumping out of closets, somebody was giving birth and they're like, tag, it was a silly movie. It was kind of fun. And so now I wonder, I wonder if Pat McAfee needs to always be looking over his shoulder. The $85 million man who shows up to ESPN. Hey, everybody, it's great. Where is everybody? Well, welcome, Pat McAfee. But to pay you, we had to fire everybody. And I wonder if Jalen Rose, Susie Colbert, Jeff Van Gundy, Todd McShay, Max Kellerman, Steve Young, Vince Carter, Matt Hasselbeck, Keyshawn Johnson, Jason Fitz, Jay Williams, and others we don't know about are coming after Pat McAfee. He's going to need to up his security.
Yeah, he is. And that show better be damn good, because I don't even know if that works on a network where you can't swear and hang out. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, he was on our station. Pat McAfee used to be on in the midday, and we were like, all right, so you can't swear. And his people are like, no, we're good. And then I think they bleeped it or something. And then he's like, I can't do it. I got to get on. I got to get off regular radio. And then so you went on to Swear Vision or wherever he was. I don't know where he was. Where was he? Where was he doing his?
Just on YouTube.
He was just okay.
Yeah.
And so now, he's got to make the change to the ESPN. Should be interesting. But you know what it is? Bean counters. Somebody did projections. Somebody looked at numbers and said, if we do this now, and then next year we look so healthy, the numbers look great. Disney will be happy. And then we brought in this guy. Oh, he's a superstar. His numbers were on this trajectory. Now he'll have the power of ESPN. So our numbers will go even higher and we'll make so much more money and yada, 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 yada. I'm not so sure they're going to get what they think they're going to get. Pat McAfee's, I do like him. I think he's awesome.
He is cool. Yeah.
But I don't know if ESPN is going to get the return they really were thinking. And now they've weakened everything else that they're doing, and including on radio. This has gacked some of their radio shows as well. So
like some of those names that we kind of don't recognize probably from the radio. And then you've got, they pulled people off their basketball coverage, their football coverage, the fighting coverage, like just a bunch of people that were covering a lot of different things. And I don't think that Pat McAfee is going to talk about everything. So I don't know how that's going to work. Good luck. Good luck.
We have breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news. Beer Bob has tipped me off. Do we have the breaking news sounder, or do I just have to break news just with my mouth?
I mean, yeah, I think I might have found it.
Newsflash. This is breaking news.
Draymond Green has re-signed with the Warriors, and I guess they agreed he was worth $100 million because that's what they're paying him. 4 years, $100 million deal. Welcome to the world of paying extra taxes, Warriors. I don't know what that pushes them up to, but there it is. How much of that is guaranteed, though? That's what I wonder. I wonder if they're like, all right, here, you'll get your $100 million contract, so you look good, but we're not guaranteeing all this.
I mean, we'll see the details of it, but most NBA contracts are almost completely guaranteed. So my guess is
not this one.
My guess is most of them. Why would this be the exception all of a sudden? Like
they know he's old as hell, and this is just so he looks nice.
This is the NBA. I've seen teams do this before, and this is not the same general manager that the Warriors had. Like the guy that built this team and put it together, Steph, Clay, Draymond in his prime, all the versions that they were able to have with Sean Livingston and Iguodala and Kevin Durant. Bob Myers stepped down. This is Mike Dunleavy. Like, I don't know if he's good at this or not. So
Dunleavy is like like somebody's drunk wife sitting there on Amazon at about 2:30 in the morning. Click. Why would you pay him $100 million? Oh my God.
I don't know. I wouldn't have personally, but I mean, there was going to be some team to do it. And if you really think that Draymond's a part of your championship puzzle and you're trying to win right now, I mean, we see NBA contracts extend past people's prime all the time.
He's past his prime nowish.
I mean, nowish. We are basically coming up on like the last hole of the back nine.
Yeah, this whole move here. This is $100 million invoice for the Warriors to basically keep Klay Thompson and Steph Curry happy. You know what I mean? That's their cheerleader. That's their soul. That's their personality. That's their thug. That's their big brother who jumps in when they're too nice to do anything about it. That's all this is. He every now and then he'll pop a three. Every now and then he'll do some actual basketball, and you're like, oh, that's not bad. But for the most part, no. He's not worth $100 million. He's not worth the 27.5 he turned down to get the $100 million. I'm sorry. He's not worth it. And
I mean, you could make an argument for, okay, so we might overpay that for a year. Like we might do 28 mil for a year. But when you talk about the 100 mil, like this is happening over 4 years. That is absurd. And I don't like this new direction that the Warriors are going in for the Warriors.
Yeah, they're basically hoping that this formula, this setup can win one more championship. And they understand that the next couple of years ain't going to be the same, but we'll go ahead and, we'll pay those bills as we go. This is, I think it's a mistake personally. I love how ESPN is saying, and this is like their justification for firing these people. Given the current environment, ESPN has determined it's necessary to identify some additional cost savings. Hey, your environment was created by you. You created this environment when you went over and said, we got to have Pat McAfee for $85 million. You jackasses. Anyway, let's go to the text line, 888-368-1580. Baker's Cocky Hen says, the only thing worse than a late fee when your side piece is late and you're not sure if it's a bun in the oven. I can understand that. I am not a kind of person who has side pieces, but I can see how that could be problematic for you, Baker's Cocky Hens. And nobody believes you have a side piece because most of us can't believe you could even get a first piece. Boomer Sooner says, good day, Blender Nation. Fourth Dimension, or whatever the hell you guys want to call yourselves there. Can I get a cold beer, please? He says.
Sure you can.
What do you mean, whatever your heart desires? You're one of the people who's pushing the whole Blender Nation idea. I'm actually coming around to it. I guess now that I'm coming around to it, people are going to be like, well, the hell with that. Moist One says, Jeff Van Gundy and Stan Van Gundy together at TNT? Well, not on the same play, although they might fight. It might be entertaining.
And that might be entertaining, yeah. And they both argue a lot. So it's could be interesting.
But probably not on the same broadcast, and Moisten says, that Jalen Rose, he's no Carlos Boozer. Mm-hmm. Navy Brad says, you guys have the best show by Faye. Is that a typo or?
I'm assuming typo.
Are we by somebody named Faye?
Was it F-A-E?
F-A-Y.
F-A-Y?
Yeah. Is there a Faye? Like it's Faye Fredericks doing something now?
R and Y are like 2 letters apart. I don't know. On the keyboard.
Navy Brad has a plate in his head, so I'm going to assume he meant by far.
Wow.
I might have given him too much personal information there for him. Thunder Snow says, it's inevitable that this show goes dark. By dark, do you mean we're getting fired or dark humor?
Potentially both, to be honest.
Probably both.
One might cause the other.
That's actually also very true. He says, you either like Stephen A. Smith or not. Me? Not a fan. Yeah, I just don't like the shouty thing. I don't like the shouty thing and the arrogance, and just the undeserved smugness.
Like he's wrong about a lot of stuff. When being that smug is, there's a way to do it and it might work, but you can't be wrong about obvious things.
There's only one thing I think he was really right about: Slim Jims. Remember he was he was playing the little guy in the stomach and he was shouting at everybody.
Oh yeah. I do remember that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Blissful Hayes says, can you repeat that list of ESPN employees who got fired? No, I don't know.
It's on the internet. You can find it.
Beer Bob says the first year salary on Draymond Green's new 4-year extension, $22.3 million. That was a negotiation key for the Warriors. He declined the player option, $27.5 million. This slices the projected repeater tax bill by about $40+ million. All right, so he did a deal for them and they did a deal for him. See, that's where it is. They're one hand scratching the back of the other. I don't know. That's the way the old cliche crumbles. Baker's Cocky Hem says, hopefully they'll give CP3 a 4-year, $100 million. Sorry, just the thought of that made me laugh. I can't wait to see this thing fail epically. Steph and Clay going to look better at golf, and that's just sad. Blissful A says, these pro franchise owners are making so much money from TV revenue, they don't even care if they pay a bunch of tax or pay someone like Draymond Green. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Friday. And you know what? I'm going to have to take a break. I'll get back to your text here in a bit. You sent me a giant text. So he's a giant man sending giant text. And we're going to wait a giant minute before I read it. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Sign up for the VSiN Daily newsletter to keep you up with the day's biggest sports betting news and insights. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Diamondbacks send out Tommy Henry on the road today at Angel Stadium. Henry 4-1 with a 4.31 earned run average. He's a plus 140 underdog against Griffin Canning of the Angels. 6-2, a 3.99 ERA. Angels are the $1.50 home favorite. 9.5 under the total. Los Angeles Dodgers at the Kansas City Royals today at Kauffman Stadium. Dodgers are the $2.10 road favorite. That'll be Alec Marsh for the Royals plus 180. 9.5 over the total at Kauffman Stadium. Chase Elliott 5-1 when the Cup Series race in Chicago. Mike Sennett 1580 99.3 The Fanatic.
Your home is the place where you know your loved ones are secure. But the things that keep your home protected can't keep pests at bay. That's where RAID comes in. For 60 years, RAID scientists have worked to protect people around the world with trusted research, ingredients, testing standards, and product efficacy. RAID seeks to create a better future for all, especially the ones you love most. RAID, protection for all.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Hello, everyone. Desert Equity Lending is back again with a mortgage product that we have all been waiting for. We are excited to offer once again the no document loan that we all remember from years ago. That's right. It's a true no document loan. Remember when stated income loans were available? They were the most popular mortgages available for self-employed, as well as for those borrowers that couldn't quite show enough income to qualify using regular underwriting guidelines. This new no doc loan is changing the way people get approved for a mortgage. Listen to this. No income, no problem. No tax returns, no problem. It doesn't take perfect credit to qualify either. If you have a good down payment and decent credit, you need to call now. These mortgages are being approved for primary residence as well as a second home. We are doing it the old-fashioned way. We use common sense underwriting to approve what other banks walk away from. Call 602-509-3000 to talk with a real person that can get you answers in hours, not days. That's 602-509-3000. Make the call. You will be glad you did. Desert Equity Lending. Desert Equity Lending, MB 0906989, NMLS 1733369. Conditions and restrictions apply.
Your home is the place where you know your loved ones are secure. But the things that keep your home protected can't keep pests at bay. That's where RAID comes in. For 60 years, RAID scientists have worked to protect people around the world with trusted research, ingredients, testing standards, and product efficacy. RAID seeks to create a better future for all, especially the ones you love most. RAID, protection for all.
There's a storm coming, crackling with lightning, pounding with thunder. A storm that crosses all borders and oceans. This is the NFL. Coming this fall, experience all the regular season games, playoffs, and the ultimate prize. Super Bowl 58, live from Las Vegas. The NFL returns to 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, your exclusive home for the NFL and Super Bowl 58.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And like I was saying, I think what we took away from that last segment is tomorrow is July 1st. And also the start of a 4-day weekend for us. So hopefully you guys get to go out there and have a nice bit of fun. 4th of July on Tuesday. And by the way, yesterday, everybody loved the idea of going to that event over at Westworld in Scottsdale. So we've got 2 more of those passes to give away today. So if you lost out yesterday on these $40 carload tickets, where you can just pull up and watch the fireworks, you could win again today. So be listening for your chance to call in and win. I don't know when I'm going to do it, just whenever I feel like it. Right now is not that moment, but just be ready. So we will do that before the end of the program. I promise. So tomorrow being July 1st, here's some things you can look forward to in July. Major League Baseball's All-Star Game happens on July 11th. The ESPY Awards, I don't know who's hosting it because everybody just got fired, but that's on July 12th. Tour de France starts tomorrow. Wimbledon begins on Monday. There's some movies that are coming. I think the new Indiana Jones movie, I think that started today, but you can watch that this weekend. Mission Impossible. Yup, another one. The Oppenheimer and the Barbie movies, they're coming out. Haunted Mansion. All right, so there's nothing in that list that you probably care about except for Mission Impossible and Indiana Jones. Somebody I know actually did go watch the Indiana Jones and said, no, it's not as good as the first three, but it's a pretty good way of wrapping things up. He said it was enjoyable. It was nostalgic. It was much better than Crystal Skull Bleep. So this Dial of Destiny, if you're an Indiana Jones fan, it will not ruin your memories. So I sure hope he's right, or I'm going to ruin his life. On the TV, Quarterback premieres on July 12th. That show Quarterback. And let's see.
On the Netflix there.
On
the Netflix.
Yeah. If you say so. I don't know.
I just saw the commercial for it. It did look pretty interesting.
Anyways, all sorts of stuff happening in July. Are you going to any barbecues for the 4th? What are you doing, Keon? I know that some people are going to other people's barbecues. I have no idea what we're doing on the 4th. Probably nothing.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go to somebody else's barbecue and hang out a little bit.
Seems like a good
hanging
idea.
at a pool.
You were invited to the same thing Ralph was, huh?
Not to the same thing, no. But it's the 4th. I mean, everybody's doing more or less the same thing. I'm not going to the thing that Ralph's going to, but everyone's barbecuing and everyone's probably going to try and be near a pool.
Yeah. But it's I'm getting a different weather outlook on my phone than some people. They're saying it's gonna be 113, 114, kind of thing.
If it's 113, I'm not going to be anywhere near a pool because I'm not going to be outside.
You could be in the pool.
That's true. I mean, if it's in a shaded area,
have you been in a pool in these kinds of temperatures? Once they get up to 115, 117, 118, it's just like bath water. It's not refreshing anymore.
A couple years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. It's like being in soup. It's just a warm, just warm water.
Well, whatever the case, I hope you have a nice 4-day weekend there. Blissful Hayes says Kyler should watch Quarterback. Maybe he can learn how to be a quarterback. Probably not a bad idea.
But probably not a bad idea. But just to be clear, Patrick Mahomes is in the show. So there's one good quarterback, but also Marcus Mariota and Kirk Cousins. So I'm just saying what we're just exploring, like what it's like to be a quarterback. I don't think that you're going to learn how to play the position.
I think I already know how to play better than Kyler Murray. Navy Brad, thank you, man. Beer Bob says Lakers have come to an agreement to sign Taurean Prince. We said that yesterday, Beer Bob. We
talked about Taurean Prince getting his offer declined and learning about it via Wojbomb.
Oh,
he agreed with the Lakers today because free agency started at the beginning of this show, actually.
Oh.
So we're getting
all right,
all the
Beer
news.
Bob. Then good job. Keep up the good work. And also, Kobe White re-signed with the Bulls, 3-year, $33 million contract.
Oh yeah, good for him and good for them. I mean, he's a solid player. And a homegrown guy, somebody that they drafted and brought along, and he's a talented dude.
So they started free agency right now during the start of our show.
Yeah,
I think they did that to piss me off.
That's why the Draymond news started coming out like a little bit before we got on.
I think Daniel Stern. I think Adam Silver. You heard me say he looks like a very pale turtle without a shell, and I think he's like, you know what? Screw these guys. We're going to start free agency when their show starts, and then they'll just throw them off the entire time. He's very worthy opponent. I will defeat him. Is there anything else breaking right now?
I mean, you know,
how could it? They fired everybody who could break the news.
Well, they didn't fire Woj, so
that's right.
And they're never going to fire Woj.
Yeah,
because he was ruining their lives when he worked for Yahoo Sports. So, I mean, you know, the Cavs get Karis LeVert, or at least extend Karis LeVert for 2 years, $32 million. The Wizards bringing back Kyle Kuzma, which I did not think was going to happen. But he's going to get $102 million on a 4-year deal in Washington. The Taurean Prince stuff that we just got, and then the Draymond news. So that's the stuff that's happened so far.
All right. Well, Beer Bob, keep your ear to the ground. Let us know if anything changes. The Suns, have they done anything? Yeah, I know I saw a thing where they're going to bring back everybody. Torrey Craig, Jock Glendale, Damian Lee, Josh Okogie. And I think you saw something where they're maybe bringing in a couple of newbies, but not anybody of actual note, right?
Yeah, not anybody crazy. Portland has a player, Drew Eubanks, that center, and having a backup center at this point, probably a great idea. And then the forward from the Nets, Kevin Durant's old teammate, Yuta Watanabe, who had a pretty big year for a bench guy last year. And I know the Nets want to re-sign him, but he is somebody that the Suns can afford to get and who would probably help coming off the bench a lot. So those are the two guys I know that they're trying to focus on right now, but they haven't made any moves just yet. Also, wow, Bruce Brown, who was the bench guy there for the Nuggets, really important player for them. He's heading east. He's going to get 2 years, $45 million with the Pacers. And then Jeremy Grant, who I thought maybe the Suns should look out for, but that's 5 years, $160 million with the Blazers for Jeremy Grant. So he ain't going nowhere.
Does any of this sort of start to signal other moves? You know what I'm saying? Like they'll pick up the guy and they'll set up a situation with him. And then all of a sudden it signals that somebody's leaving. You know what I mean? It's like, well, we got this guy for this much, and now we can go ahead and move this guy for that much.
Yeah, I mean, you start to see some stuff like obviously when they signed James Harden with the intent to trade him, that meant that they were interested in trying to figure out maybe getting an extension done in Philly for someone like Tyrese Maxey, who's developing into a star of a player, and they hope that he can become maybe a superstar status guy one of these days. So that is a move like that we're seeing out there. Also for the Suns, according to Steven Pianovich, they've signed a couple of guys. Damian Lee, who they had on a 1-year deal, they're bringing him back, and Drew Eubanks, who we just mentioned, is a guy that they're signing according to reports that are out there.
So the other thing that you brought up earlier was that Cam Payne, they have fully guaranteed his contract. It had been partially guaranteed at $2 million. Now it'll be fully guaranteed for $6.5 million. I'm trying to understand, why are they doing this here? What's going on here?
Yeah, that's just basically they've just decided, okay, he's going to be a guy that is on our permanent roster, so he fully guaranteed the contract.
Why'd they have to if they already had that $19 million deal there?
That's a really good question, honestly. But it's I from what I understand, what I was reading, it just they didn't have a choice. It was either you fully guarantee it if you're going to pick up the full extension.
Do you want to get that phone?
Or what phone?
Oh, you can't. Oh, I think Ralph just hooked up.
Okay, I was like, your attempt to shame me there.
Oh no, he's the rookie. There you go.
I was like, what phone are we talking about?
It wasn't me.
Oh, it was somebody at your
Scooby.
house.
No,
Ralph's here, everybody. Sorry.
I was like, what are we talking? I thought I was going crazy. I was like, my phone
It would not be the first time your phone had gone off.
Might be actually like the second time. It doesn't happen to me very much. I can't even remember the last time that it happened.
Week or
seriously?
What were you talking about? What were you talking about?
I was talking about Cam Payne and them picking up the full extension, therefore guaranteeing his entire contract. They had to.
All right. Well, now that's done. So I guess if we're going to do anything else, it's going to cost extra, or somebody gots to go. I guess we'll keep an eye on the DeAndre Ayton thing, because there's always still a chance they could shuffle him off and we could get some stuff back, and maybe you see a whole new look for at least that part of the team. But I don't know.
I mean,
it's going to happen today. If anything's going to happen, it happens today, pretty much, right? For
I
the
mean,
most part.
For the most part, I think the bigger name guys, you're just going to see they're going to take their time. The Bruce Browns of the world, the Jeremy Grants of the world, who are solid players. Those are the guys that are trying to find their spot today. Everybody else is going to be, shuffling around and taking their time. And, I'm Kyrie Irving. I can visit 5 other teams and none of them can afford to pay me, but that's okay. I'm going to waste everybody's time.
Ralph is joining us late because he thought we'd all been fired. I had to explain to him we don't work for ESPN. So now he's here.
I thought you did. This isn't ESPN.
No.
I'm out. I thought
you were all this whole time, huh?
Yeah.
Well, if that's how you feel about it, good riddance.
Yeah.
All right. Because you should. I
was wondering why that sponsorship was so cheap.
Oh, it's even cheaper over at ESPN right now. You might think about it. Was there? I think there was something that happened with the Lakers too, wasn't there, Keon? Reports are they continue to suck. All right,
they got a Prince.
That's right. You have your Taurine Prince, your monster energy drink man. Beer Bob says free agent forward Keita Bates-Diop has agreed to a 2-year, $5 million deal with the Phoenix Suns. Who the hell is this guy?
Keita Bates-Diop.
Diop? But it's a D.
Just, I mean,
goddamn people's names.
Diop. Diop. It's just
we're going to start renaming people Smith, Miller, Johnson.
Look, some people get to be from Africa. All right, like that's just what happens. All right, that's just what it is. Okay, they have to. They
I
get
don't
to
care
take.
if they're from Africa,
They get to. They get to take their last name with them. Okay,
the world. This has nothing to do with Africa because you heard me say the same thing about Hawaiians.
Okay, that's also true. They get to be from Hawaii, and bring their name with them, and we have to learn how to pronounce it. That's just how names work.
Keita? No, you're Carl. Okay. But anyway, so is he any good? Is this guy any good? I've never heard of him. Where'd he come from?
I have heard of him, but I haven't watched any of him. So I actually cannot tell you. I mean, not recently.
Well, Carl's better be good. That's all I'm going to say. But they're saying he's good enough. It says he'll have a chance to earn a starting forward spot. A chance.
Yeah, he was in San Antonio before, and if that's one thing that is a draw for a lot of these younger guys in the league right now is that you're looking at the Suns and going, yeah, I could be in that rotation, and they need people. I'll probably play.
Did you say Diop?
Yes.
Okay, so we pronounce the D with a J.
That D.
And I'm the bad guy.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's just if you say it really fast, that's how you say it.
Keisha Bates-Diop.
Keita.
His name is Keisha?
Huh? Keita.
No, sorry. I saw the I in the wrong place.
Thank goodness.
Keita Bates-Diop.
Yes.
All right. Listen, I got Antetokounmpo. I got Wembanyama. I'll get Diop. I just need a moment.
Yeah.
You want to throw this stuff at me? I just need a moment.
The Suns threw it at us. I mean, you didn't really have time to practice it because it was like, hey, free agency just started. By the way, we signed 3 guys.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, bring back Oubre. Didn't they? They didn't bring back Oubre?
No, I mean, they traded him forever ago. He was in Charlotte the last time I saw him. I don't even know if he's still there.
I don't pay attention. Wilbur says, this just in, Anthony Davis has his first injury of the season. He'll now be out for 60 days.
Whatever.
Come on, Wilbur. That's not nice. We don't ever wish even fictitious injuries on anybody but Deshaun Watson. Yeah, go ahead.
Nothing.
Who are you wishing injury on?
Nobody. I mean, I was going to say the coolest thing that's happened today so far is that Austin Reeves got offered $52 million for 4 years. Think about his story. That's pretty cool.
It's not bad.
Undrafted free agent kind of gets on there, and I mean, $52 million offer. He's got to be having a heck of a day, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, that's almost, and I don't want to be. It's not because he's a Laker. No. He stepped it up in the playoffs, but during the season, well, maybe because he didn't have the opportunities, or I just don't know if he's a $14 million man.
Oh, I think he is.
I think he just improved over the course of the year. Every time he got an opportunity, he capitalized on it and got a little bit more playing time until they were trusting him in the playoffs in big moments, and he was delivering.
It's just a cool story.
Another one for the Sun, says Beer Bob. Free agent forward. Chimizi Metu.
Boy, we're getting better.
Did I say it right?
Please don't ask me. I actually don't know.
You don't even know, do you?
No, I don't know who this is.
Has agreed to a 1-year deal with the Phoenix Suns. Chimizi Metu. Metu.
Metu.
Oh, look at you acting like you know how to pronounce stuff. You've had a few minutes with it.
I
before the
can't
show.
read, remember?
Oh, that's right. 5th grade level, forgot. All right, so we're going to take a break. We're going to try to figure out how to pronounce some of these things and figure out who the hell this guy is. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code TRUST at checkout. That's harrys.com, code TRUST. Enjoy.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Don't be fooled by the people you meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but anyone who tries to sell you pills is nothing more than a drug dealer. And if you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Know the truth about fentanyl at learnmoreaz.org. Don't be fooled. Don't be faked out. Visit learnmoreaz.org. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Professional announcer here, and I'd like to get real with you for a moment. All across the country, and even in our own town, there are people who have to go without, perhaps even you, having to go without hearing all of our shows. It's tragic, but there is help. Just listen to our podcast wherever you get your podcasts, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Thank God for high-speed internet. So Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. It took the brain trust all of that break to boil it down. The name is, I was right on half of my pronunciation, so I feel like I should get a gold star. It's Chimizi Metu. You know, I thought it was the Me Too movement too, Moist One, but no. It would have been a great way of promoting him. Hey, well, we're a part of the Me Too movement. No, it's Metu. It's Chimizi Metu. He was born in Los Angeles, California in 1997. He was drafted by the San Antonio Spurs and then Well, they got rid of him, and Sacramento Kings picked him up, and he had, I would not say very inspiring numbers coming off. I think he was coming off the bench. Let's see here. In 2023, it looks like he played 10 minutes. I don't know if that's average.
Oh, my bad. That's
Or
average.
is that-
That's
is it average?
Yeah,
Oh,
average
okay.
10 minutes a game.
The year before that, he averaged 21 minutes a game, but he did better the year before with 8.9 points a game when it was, I guess it makes sense if you cut your time in half, but you're going to lose numbers. But in general, yeah, he'll average about 12 points a game. So that's just a little baffled here.
Are you? Because you're paying the three guys you're paying to score. He's not one of them.
Yeah.
You're barely paying him. But I don't know, the official details of this contract are not out. You're not paying him very much. So,
well, he came from USC. We found that out. And he came from the kind of USC we're used to USC because February 23rd, 2018, he was named in a federal document that linked him to alleged $2,000 payment from a sports agency. Oh,
what are you trying to say?
Yeah, well, it was pre-NIL. He was just part in that cheating USC culture.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta pay the bills,
Yeah. Pete Carroll,
Come on,
white
man.
courtesy
Now
cone.
it's-
Pete Carroll, white
Now
courtesy
it's
cone.
legal through NIL, but before those guys just treated their own NIL.
that was a
So
That was a Power 5 program. They were all paying people. I just can't be so naive to go, oh yeah, USC, they were the only ones doing it.
I know, right?
Unlike ESPN.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Man, anybody.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, well, that darn check engine light finally came on, and now I know what's wrong with my car. Oh, well, tell me what it is. He says, yeah, I'm getting it fixed today. The solenoid has to be replaced. It was in the starter. See? I told you it was going to be somewhere in that whole system, that electrical system there. Well, I mean,
it's a Hyundai.
The thing is weird, though. Solenoid, it doesn't make sense. Wait. Solenoid in the starter shouldn't be it.
Well, what's
Because once it started, it was a solenoid maybe someplace else.
Yeah, it's probably a
solenoid
different
where?
solenoid. It could be a different solenoid.
Yeah. He says, getting it fixed today. Solenoid has to be replaced, but thank you everybody out there for all that information of what they thought it might be. Heavy Metal Maniac, solenoid for what? Because unless it's just part of that electrical system, the solenoid in the starter cuts out, but it shouldn't be
Fuel
in the
pressure.
circuit.
It could be like a fuel pressure solenoid or
Hmm.
fuel rail
I-
solenoid or
I know nobody else cares, but I care. We're Heavy Metal Maniac. So, well, but Ralph cares now. We're kind
I
of
don't because he has a Hyundai. I don't care at all.
Yeah, we don't care anymore. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Metu from Sacramento. Yes, sir. That's who it is. Big George says, I got an easier name for you, Jeffrey. Okay. He says, the Phoenix Suns have re-signed guard Damian Lee to a 2-year deal. Yeah, we already know that.
That was one of
Keon-
the first names that came up.
Yeah, Beer Bob is breaking news. You're breaking old news. So thanks, George.
George,
George,
look at that, by the way. Kyrie staying with the Mavs. So that's breathe your sigh of relief that the
they
Suns
signed him.
didn't figure out a way to make that happen.
That's a
'cause-
shame. I was
Ooh.
It's not a sign and trade, is it?
No.
Okay. I wanted to see him on the Suns.
Big George also wants you to know it's currently nice and cool, 71 degrees where he's at. You can go to hell, George. You go right to hell. And he says, I'm coming to town this weekend. Yes, it's going to be 71 degrees, George. Welcome to hell. I told you go to hell.
And then you came. Why did you do that?
5242 says, tell Ralph he needs to lay out by the pool. He's showing up super Casper White on his screen right there.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm not that white.
I think you're getting a
Yeah,
little
I've
bit of a
seen you in
reflection from the
person.
green screen.
Yeah.
I'm actually very olive. I don't know what this is going on.
Yeah,
Like I've seen Ralph in person, and that is you look sickly on that screen. That is
Should I change my expression then?
Yeah. It's even
yeah,
better.
now it really looks like you're dying. Yeah.
Maybe turn on a light or something in there. Taco Kenny says, did the Suns pick up shooting guard Gigante Palo? No. He's just, did I say that name right, by the way?
I don't think so.
Or is that you trying to make me say something in Spanish? Gigante Palo. I feel like I've just said something I shouldn't in Spanish. God damn you, Taco Kenny. Berg says, bless you. Whatever you just said, Omagito. Why are they making me say things?
I don't know.
Because you'll say them. It's like
By the
having
way,
a puppy.
our new texter says, my nickname is Foofy's favorite sister-in-law.
Oh no.
Who's this? Your sister?
So my wife's out in Long Beach today, and she's with her sister on her birthday weekend, and yeah, that's her sister. So
they call you Foofy?
We're not talking about that.
Oh, we are.
There's a
so
story
talking about that.
No, we're not talking about that at all.
Foofy.
And she's a little evil too. So actually, she's a lot evil.
Foofy.
Well, you don't need to say that.
Foofy.
Let's not go down that road.
Oh my God, Foofy.
Such a jerk.
I didn't do this, man. I didn't do this. Let's see. Breaking news. George, we already did the Kyrie Irving thing. Why don't you just relax, enjoy the show? Rex Terra says, come on, Jeffrey, you're a car guy. There is such a thing as a starter solenoid. I know that, but it's not active. It's not a part of a circuit that should shut down an entire car. Not being able to start the car, it would make sense. But it's not part. I don't think it should be part of an active circuit.
It's not. It's part of the cranking system. It has nothing to do with the car running.
Yeah, Rex Terra. Thanks, man. Appreciate that, Foofy. Heavy metal.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Let me get my white light back on.
Let's get him pale again. Let's see. Heavy Metal Maniac says Drew Eubanks, who is that guy, is any good? The Suns have signed him. Oh, I guess we've signed somebody named Drew Eubanks.
Yeah, that was one of the first wave of guys that we talked about too.
Okay.
He was he's from Portland. He's a solid player. Another guy that's averaging around 9-10 points a game. He's a backup. You're now just trying to fill out the bench, fill out the roster, because you're not going into the season with 7 guys. It just doesn't make any sense.
All right. So I guess as these things happen, now let me just ask you real quick. Is all going to happen today, or is there going to be a bunch of crap that happens throughout the weekend?
The first wave of it's going to happen today, because a lot of this stuff, they're not really supposed to, because it's tampering. But a lot of these teams, the owners and the agents and the GMs have all been kind of negotiating this stuff. And so now once officially it started free agency, now we're just seeing basically people just put the pen to the paper and sign on these deals that have already been constructed. And so that first wave of we're just going to have a bunch of them today. And then, a few days later, we're going to get that next wave of maybe slightly better players. And then the real stars, those bigger names that were out there and we're planning to move, they're going to take their time and not worry about the news cycle and just pick where they want to go.
Moisten says, speaking of being part of the cranking system, I want to say hello to Poopy's sister-in-law. No, it's not Poopy. It's Foofy. Big George says, Ralph, your Dodgers suck. And I hope they burn in hell along with your Lakers.
Aren't they only one game behind in the loss column now? Are you afraid? Is that what's happening? A little afraid?
Is it 2
it's
or
one?
what?
It's one game in the loss column.
Oh, well, I'm not looking at the loss column.
You
I'm
have
looking
to,
at
because
how
that's
many
what-
games
that's
back you
ultimately
are in
what
the
counts.
standing.
Yeah, so Big George is getting
But yeah,
scared.
Dodgers won last night. Diamondbacks lost, but that's okay because we got the Angels now.
And we got the Royals.
They're
like one of the worst teams in baseball.
The Royals are one of the 4 worst teams. They're
Hopefully, nothing will change between our two teams for the next 4 or 5
the
days.
Angels are going to beat you at least once, maybe twice. Yeah, they will.
The only thing they got going for them is home run Otani. You know what I'm saying? And,
they're above 500. It's not like
they're
they're
having
a
a
bad
decent year.
baseball team.
Every time I see a story about Otani, they're like, "Yeah, Otani did a thing," and the Angels lost.
Well, yeah,
That's-
they play in the AL West. They're not winning that, and it's tough to make the playoffs in the AL.
I still like our chances. I do. But you know what? I back in the heyday, oh my God, look how many games we are ahead of the Dodgers. I told everybody, be careful because this thing can flip. And it did. And then we flipped it right back. It can flip right back again. So
yeah,
this
it's
is the way hopefully the entire season will go. You know what I'm saying?
Back and forth.
Yeah. I mean, you can't hope for the Dodgers to implode. Believe me, I have. But, you also have to understand that we kind of have a little bit of a consistent view of what the Diamondbacks are. And Ralph's right. You go through a nice, easy bunch of games, you're going to pop up your record. You go through some hard games, how you survive that helps determine how you're really doing. The Diamondbacks and the Dodgers, I'd say right now, are on equal ground for the most part, equal ground. Now we could just get some pitching help. Then now we got a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big part of it. You just look, you didn't win the series against the best team in baseball right now.
I did hear something. There was some rumor going around about Diamondbacks and Scherzer.
Scherzer,
yeah, not Scherzer.
Scherzer,
bringing him back.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
No.
Yeah, it's possible.
I mean, the Mets are selling because
they're selling.
And
the Diamondbacks are dumb enough to buy.
I was going to be nice and just stop saying foofy. But
no, you're not. You're never stop saying. We all know that. So
you made up the Scherzer stuff.
No, I didn't make it up. I actually read it today.
Oh, God. 1548, a man who needs a Texter nickname, says Suns are not done yet, and they're going to make another massive move in free agency. Yeah.
With what money?
Maybe. That has to be a trade. All right, hour 2 is next. Daily Blender, 1580, The Fanatic.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at gawon'twait.com. That's gawon'twait.com.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
Imagine if you had a chance to change a child's life, to protect our public lands, to help our veterans, to create a healthier Arizona. When you sign up for AmeriCorps, you have the chance to make a difference. Part-time or full-time, student or senior, AmeriCorps is for everyone. Sign up at serve.az.gov. That's serve.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Governor's Office of Youth, Faith, and Family.
KQFN-10P. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside not Randy White. He'll be back next week. But we got Ralph from Harmon Solar here. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. By the way, we are giving away those 4th of July tickets again. You could take a carload of people with you. and go sit in air conditioning comfort of your car and watch a display next Tuesday night. So basically just be listening for your cue to call it and win. We'll do one this hour. We'll do one the next hour. I ain't going to tell you when because it's a contest. So just be ready with your phones, 888-368-1580. So free agency frenzy is in full effect. I don't know if we're seeing anything new. There's nothing new about the Phoenix Suns outside of Damian Lee, Drew Eubanks, and Mr. Jop. Keita Bates?
Chemezi Metu.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's not on my screen there. Metu. Yes. All right. So do you think like anybody whose names are easy to pronounce? Is there any,
I mean, I don't know.
Just possibility? Just, All right. Well, let me know if anything happens.
For sure.
There's another thing that's going on July 11th. The NBA Board of Governors is supposed to get together and approve some changes. And this is a good one. This is one that's going to make me happy, going to make Ralph sad because he has one of the most prolific floppers on his Lakers right now. But the NBA Board of Governors is about to vote on penalties for flopping. And what'll happen is if you get caught flopping, it's going to be a technical foul, right? One technical foul. They get one shot, right, Keon?
Yeah, the other team's going to shoot a free throw, and you will pick up a tech for the game. So that then, of course, 2, and you're out. And
that's right.
There are implications for if you end up with, I forget what the number is over the course of the season. By the time the playoffs roll around, you could end up with automatic 1-game suspension if you start picking up technicals beyond that. So it's gonna change a lot of things because I think that players are gonna think twice before trying to sell a call in a very egregious way.
I fully expect LeBron James to retire if this passes. How can he do his job?
I would think Dennis Schroeder would have to retire.
Oh yeah, half the Lakers
he's
are
the
going.
worst.
Dennis Schroeder is the worst.
Chris Paul might also have to retire.
Well, see, is he a flopper or is he a nut kicker? You know what I mean?
Both.
Flopping nut kicker.
I mean, Chris Paul is whatever it takes to win guy, and shamelessly flopping is in the bag. Absolutely.
He's an FNK, a flopping nut kicker. Another thing they're voting on is if the coaches challenge is successful, they get another one. So that's something else. I thought that was already automatic, but I guess not. You just don't. It doesn't cost you a timeout, is what it is. So they're going to refresh the challenge bag. If you want, I got no problem with that. I mean,
if you're right,
it does slow stuff down quite a bit, but it's not like they're doing it constantly.
And it rewards coaches for actually trying to get a call right. Like you still lose it if you're wrong. So you're not trying to just burn a challenge just to do it. It's really, okay, I actually think that this is something that needs to be challenged. And I believe I'm right. So I shouldn't be penalized for it.
So is the max 2 then? You can do one time, get it refreshed, and do it one more time, and that's it?
That's what it seems like.
Okay. As long as it's not more than that, because otherwise the game's going to just stop.
Yeah, I wasn't reading it as you have an infinite supply as long as you're right. Because then they'll just use that as timeouts or something. Yeah. 888-368-1580. Bruno Baller says, Jeffrey, can you please update us on the schedule for next week during the 4th of July holiday? Monday and Tuesday, we are poolside. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're back in your radios. That is the schedule for next week. Fufi's favorite sister.
Jesus.
I forgot to type in-law. Yeah.
Can you just put Satan?
You want me to change your name to Satan?
Yeah.
Satan.
Did you know?
Satan's sister-in-law Satan.
Yeah, he says, did you know Fufi screams like a girl when he sees a spider? Is that true?
No, absolutely not.
Fufi's favorite sister in-law Satan. There, I put that in there.
Wow.
I'll do that for you, buddy. Let's see. You know what I did, man, when my wife and I, we were at this cabin, this just a couple of weekends ago. We're at this cabin and I pulled back the bedspread. She's already in there, right? I pull back the bedspread and there's a spider, and my manly instincts kicked in I grabbed it with my hand and I held it, and I was just like, "There's a spider." And she's like, "Ah," and I was like, "Yeah, it's in my hand." She's like, "Well, get rid of it." I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "Wait, maybe it's not in there." Opened up. Oh my God, it's in there. Closed my hand again. Went in there and killed it like a man. If she had not been there, probably would have gone different.
You would have screamed.
I'd have
ran.
been, ah! Set the place on fire. That's the only.
It's the only rational thing.
It's the only thing you can do.
Makes sense.
Random texter says, "I just joined the show. Jeffrey, where's the fireworks celebration tickets? Where's the location? The location that we're giving these away for is Westworld in Scottsdale. It's the largest fireworks display in Scottsdale's history. So you pull up in this parking lot. You have choices. You could sit in the car and just watch the show, or you could pay for the tickets where you get out and you eat some food and you see some shows. I'll explain more here in a little bit when we're ready to give these tickets away. But yeah, Westworld in Scottsdale. Hook'em Hottie, he says, "Yep, it's Kyrie signing with the Mavs again. I'm the only Mavs fan, but maybe not happy about that. So congratulations, Suns. You're winning the West." Why would she say that? Because the Mavs are going to implode because they have Kyrie. Even if Kyrie doesn't play, you still got Luka.
And then of course, Denver still exists. Why would we assume that they wouldn't be winning the West? They were like the number one seed in the West from like December on. So, they're still there.
Can I just tell you something really sad? I have a couple of different screens up here just trying to track the free agency moves. I don't know why, but ESPN is really behind everybody else. It's almost like, maybe some people didn't show up for work. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. Gosh. Kiss the Cook says, "Good afternoon, Incontinence Hotline. Please hold. Thank you. Moist one. Thank you. Let's see. Blissful Hayes says the NBA should implement a rule that players can't cry or speak to the referees. First offense banned from the NBA for life. If the NBA referees were so damn good, I would agree with you, but they're not. And you have to be on top of them. And not like how Chris Paul has done in his career, not like some of these guys have done. The constant griping and faces, and it really wears on you if you're watching a lot of these games. But some of these guys, though, you gotta stay on top of them. That's all I'm saying. 888-368-1580. Hook'em Hottie says, "True, Keon. Denver is still good. Kyrie and Luka have zero chemistry, and he's a cancer on every team." I don't feel like Luka's a cancer on every team.
Well, he's only been on one, but Kyrie, boy. But yeah, the chemistry between them, it didn't exist when he showed up. But I just think that they were so desperate to not feel like they traded away pieces for nothing that they just forced this. And so here we are. Kyrie,
why would he stay there?
3 years, $126 million.
Somebody else would have given that.
I think that the Mavs were going to be able to offer him the most amount of money.
Right.
I don't think that anybody could have. I mean, maybe sign and trade, but I don't think, why would you trade for Kyrie?
How long a drive is it from Dallas to Austin?
From Dallas to Austin, about 2 hours and 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah, say maybe he just wanted to be closer to the weirdness, South by Southwest.
Well, should have went to San Antonio then.
That's right. He should be playing for the Spurs.
Because San Antonio is closer to Austin. It's like an hour.
Well, whatever the case, he's your problem now, Hook'em Hottie. Sorry. And as the kids say, not sorry. 888-368-1580. So glad to hear that Corbin Carroll is going to be just fine. Is he playing tonight? I know that they were kind of worried about his shoulder. They worked him out in the tunnel, and they says, yeah, no, everything's going on there is okay. A couple of years ago, he had a torn labia, and he's worried that he might have torn that labia again. But you really need him out there. You need him in the field. You need him batting.
It's torn labia. Torn labrum.
That's what I said.
No, you said labia.
Yeah, that's what I said. It is labrum, labia, whatever. So hopefully he'll be on the field tonight.
No, he won't be out there tonight.
Damn it.
He'll be back. He's going to be day to day. He did tweak his shoulder, but basically the damage isn't, something where they need to go in surgically. It's just going to take a couple of days, and they're going to, rest him and then bring him back. look, that's the best news, because if they had to go MRI and start looking in there,
right?
I mean, he's
Still
not
late.
he's not winning Rookie of the Year,
No, he's not.
MVP, nothing, because he's done.
Stick him in the machine anyway. Just make sure.
They
make sure.
I mean, I don't know. The trainers, when they did the assessment of his shoulder, they were like, okay, it was a scare, but nothing too serious. So yeah, he's not on the lineup for tonight. But he will be back. Well, no, never mind. They're not going to put that out.
Give him the weekend off.
Yeah, but he'll probably miss a couple of games.
Yeah, I got to be real careful with them labia injuries. All right, so last night, was that last night that the hail hit Coors Field? Was that last night or the night before? Because I saw some crazy video. Coors Field was just like covered in white stuff. Darryl Strawberry would have been proud, but it wasn't like it wasn't like what he likes. It was hail. It wasn't like golf ball size, but it was enough to make it look like there's snow. There was a player I saw trying to do snow angels, but hail angels. Which, by the way, hail is not as much fun as snow. But I guess Denver got hit by a pretty big storm last night. So
I mean, it's not as much fun, but apparently players are still sliding in the hail.
The fun was over pretty quick for the Rockies. Dodgers beat them 14-3.
Yeah, the hail with the baseballs going over the fence. That's all I saw.
Okay.
Just saying.
Yeah. I'm saying nice things, Foofy. I mean, come on. You don't got to be like that.
Speaking truth.
I'm just saying. All right, let's talk about the Coyotes. I saw this headline, and I don't know that it means anything. Headline is, Coyotes say they've identified 6 possible sites for a new arena. And what's over there? It could be over there, and maybe over there. Give me a list. What do you want?
Are any of them
narrow it down? Pick a place. Let's go.
Well, they're kind of trying to be strategic with this. I don't think that they want to have another failure where they pick a place, they go there, they assume they're going to get a vote, and then, oh look, that place also does not want you. That's going to be
nobody wants to pay extra taxes. Okay, just pony up the cash, build your crap, and let's go.
They do have I would say 4.5 years ago when I met with them on other stuff, the guy that I was talking to said that they had a plan to put something in the East Valley, a pretty nice stadium too. So they were going to move on it. They just never did. But I have a feeling that's what they're probably going to regenerate this.
Sure, the plan is still sitting there on a table somewhere because they're eyeing the East Valley sites in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Mesa, some other places, maybe even on tribal land and stuff. But all right, good, great. Okay, now what? Just pick a place, make a deal, figure it out. I mean, I think a lot of this does have more to do with them meeting with, political people. Can we get something passed here? Because we couldn't get it passed in Tempe. Now we're sitting at the Mullet Arena with 5,000 seats, and that's not going to last forever. We got to get something done here. And so I don't care how many sites you're eyeballing. Do you care? No, nobody cares. Stop talking. Go get something done. And maybe something that has to be done is not asking for taxpayer money. Maybe if you really, truly want to be here, be happy with the tax cuts and make something happen. I like Kiss the Cook's idea. He says, just freaking redo the Madhouse of McDowell. It holds 14,500 people. I mean, that's a dump. That is a dump.
But I'm just saying, if you're so cheap that you need taxpayers to pay for your stadium, maybe just fix one up.
It's not a bad idea.
Not going to do that.
Not a bad idea.
I mean, they'll never do it. They'll never do it, but it makes more sense than
you won't need tax money for that.
But they're going to get the tax money. They know they're going to get it.
Well, they tried. The thing is, as long as it's in a place where people vote, it's like, how bad do you want the Coyotes?
Yeah. I mean, put it on tribal land. That's what I would do.
I'm shocked that wasn't their first move, to be honest.
But that's the smartest move.
They thought Tempe was a slam dunk, and then, once anybody figured out they had to pay for anything,
put it next to Talking Stick, make it part of that whole area out there. That'd be phenomenal. You could have this huge arena area. You could have like they do in downtown LA.
Maybe Casino, Arizona. No, that seems like a little more centrally located.
I don't think it matters, but I mean, either one of those, you put it next to them, you create like a whole area down there. That'd be really cool. And the tribal, it'd be a lot easier to deal with the tribes than it would be the other garbage.
Yeah, you're probably right
No, I'm always
because
right.
the voting it has not gone their way lately,
Right.
and I think people are not in the mood. By the way, I did not know this was happening yesterday. Who did you know it happened yesterday? I thought it was going to happen this weekend. The match between Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce playing golf against Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
Yeah, I found out this morning it happened yesterday.
All of a sudden, you're like, Patrick Mahomes and Kelce won. Wait, what? When was that was yesterday? What channel was that even on? I had no idea.
I remember the last couple of years it's been on a Friday night, so I just thought it's going to be a weekend kind of thing. Yeah, no, this is interesting. I didn't even know it was happening.
Well, but now you know the outcome. Yeah, Mahomes and Kelce beat Curry and Thompson. I thought that Steph Curry and Klay Thompson were supposed to be really good. Thought they were going to beat these guys.
Well, I know Steph plays a lot. Does Klay play as much as Steph does? I mean,
Once again, Klay Thompson dragging down Steph Curry.
Well, was it best ball or how'd they do it?
Reading
if it was
here,
best
let's
ball,
see.
it wouldn't matter.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even really know that much about golf, to be honest. Does anybody else know?
You know what
Did
best
anybody
ball
watch? I have no idea what that. Oh, you play. No, I know this. Let's say you got you're a team of 4 guys, and they all drive. They hit the ball, and whoever ball gets closest, then that ball gets played.
You play the best ball.
Right, the best. Or do they all play it no matter what? And whoever has the best score on that hole, that's what they go with, the score. How's that work? Is that how it works?
No.
You don't really know for sure, do you?
Not 100%. No.
I love how moments ago, I know everything. Kiss the Cook says, it was on the Live Gold channel. Oh, the CW. Last Optimist says, Coyote should play out on tribal land next to Desert Diamond. That's where they should do it, he says.
That's wrong side of town.
We have a new texter on the text line. 5428 says they can't on Indian land because the Yotes owner would have to give up his gambling license. Oh, yeah. Because they have the license for a sports book in the Indian land. They'll be like, no, we've got that. That's ours. Interesting. And he says, Whopper, first time texter. You want me to call you Whopper? Just straight up Whopper?
He knows what he wants.
You know what? I'm trying to see if there's any issues with that. And no, you're fine. You don't want to be the Whopper or just Whopper? I mean, that's cool, man. Works for me. Welcome to the program. Hook'em Hottie says the plan Ralph was talking about is now Sky Song in Scottsdale. That was sold to ASU. What is she talking about?
Sky Song.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah, I don't. So they can't put a stadium on tribal land because of the casinos.
They couldn't work out an agreement?
I mean, come on, they could do it.
She is from Texas, so give her just, we have to spot her a few IQ points.
No boy.
All
I'm saying is
Whoa.
You're not from Texas, Ralph.
I got my, Bevo, it's what's for dinner shirt on and all that stuff. So.
You bought some land in Texas. Doesn't make you a Texan.
I lived there 6 years.
Okay, a passer through. You're a
Passer
carpetbagger.
through 6 years?
Did you stay? No.
For 6 years, yeah.
Yeah, but you came back later. That's not the same.
Better than Keon.
Yeah, Keon, who do you think you are? I don't know why we're yelling at you.
Well, he's a UT guy.
Wait,
he is a UTI?
I was there longer than you.
I said he is a UTI. So he's a
What?
UT guy. I don't know if he has a UTI. He could. I mean, I don't know.
It's none of your business.
Yeah, I don't check his
You need
urine.
some
It's
cranberry
just,
juice? Or?
You know what? Also none of your business.
It gets into that deer urine like yesterday. It's possible. but-
Oh, no. He wasn't the dirt. That was a girl. That was a girl. It was a different person. Yeah.
Oh.
There's apparently a scary woman. But all I'm saying is, I think it's weird that, like, because of they couldn't be on tribal land because of the gambling license. They couldn't work anything out with the tribes. Like just, hey, like let's partner in this.
I think they could. I mean, look at the Raiders and the A's and that.
Yeah, like
Knights, they're on tribal land.
Hokamani says, I did a report for it on an Arizona station. Do your research. Have you heard this show, Hokamani? Are you serious with that crap? She says, Ralph was talking about a plan they had in the East Valley. Well, I know what Ralph was talking about.
Yeah, they did. They probably still do.
That plan, you can have a plan. The plan's not hard. Got a lot of
It was in the Scottsdale area, though. That's what I remember.
Moist One says, never torn a labia, sadly. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, I'll get caught up on the text line, and I don't know. We're going to probably talk some football here sooner than later. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Would you like to access some of the equity in your home without refinancing? No reason to refinance and lose that great low rate that you have on your current mortgage. Desert Equity Lending can get you the home equity line of credit you've been looking for. It's fast, it's easy, and it may not even require tax returns. That's right. We can use bank statements to qualify you. Most banks require at least 2 years of tax returns and many other supporting documents. When the big banks say no, we say yes. You can have your home equity line in as little as 15 days. We have a simplified process that helps get you a home equity line of credit in half the time using half the documentation that the big banks require. It's never been easier. Call now, 602-509-3000. That's 602-509-3000. Find out just how easy it is to get a home equity line of credit without jumping through all the hoops at a big bank. Call Desert Equity Lending at 602-509-3000. 602-509-3000. Desert Equity Lending MB 0906989 NMLS number NMLS 173369. Conditions and restrictions apply.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Don't let your kids get fooled by the people they meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but those strangers are using their relationship to deal drugs to your kids. If you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Find resources at talknowaz.com. Don't let your kids get fooled. Talk to them and visit talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
New schedule, new season, new direction. This year, the Cardinals will travel over 25,000 miles. They will do battle against Bears, Browns, Texans, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks, Eagles, Steelers, and Commanders on the road. They will face the Bengals, Cowboys, Giants, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks, Falcons, and Ravens at home. Think there won't be drama? When it comes to Arizona Cardinals football, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right. Raven Kid says he wasn't able to listen yesterday. Did Ralph ever accept the wager between my boys and the Rainy City Bitch Pigeons?
I did. We said we're going to do that. We'll talk about it at the draft.
Like a large pizza, I think is what the bet was going to be. Just a large pizza.
Is that all it is? Large pizza?
He's a kid. What do you want? What do you want? You want his student loan? You want to take over his payments? I mean,
heck no.
We can talk about it at the draft if Raven Kid comes, but I think it's just a large pizza is a good bet for a college student.
It's got to be gluten free. So,
oh God, jeez. Fine. You guys work out those details. I'm sorry for having gotten in the middle of it now.
He's got a gluten intolerance.
Yeah, is that a problem?
Your body just, if it doesn't take it, it doesn't take it.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do?
I don't know. You're that kid.
You're
going to
get there.
Allergy. I'm not going to get
there.
You
look confused. Is it your medication?
I eat so much gluten. I am mostly gluten right now. I love it.
Part of the problem.
Love it. Well, I'm on day 2 of that medication, and I don't think I've gotten very confused. I think. What I know?
Did you watch the show yesterday?
Which show?
This show.
I have a show?
Exactly.
Let's see here. Kiss the Cook says, oh, I already read that. Yeah. Bruno Baller says, would Whopper be after the hamburger or a malted milk ball? During the break, the Whopper says I can call him the Whopper. So he's talking about the hamburger, Bruno Baller. Pretty sure. Wilbur says, this just in, Dodgers still suck. Why are you doing this? The Dodgers do not suck, Wilbur. I don't like them very much, but I hate the Yankees. I don't like the Dodgers, but you can't sit there and just say stuff just because you feel like it. They don't suck. The Lakers kind of suck, but the Dodgers do not suck. This is between me and him. Do you mind? King Kittens says, yeah, Sky Song, the old Los Arcos location. That was the best. Celebrity Golf was on TNT yesterday at 3:30 p.m. I was going to stream it, but I forgot. Well, you were one up on us. We thought it was like during the weekend or something. Why would they do that on a Thursday afternoon?
So Independence Day is on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have, a potential 4-day weekend. So you put it on a Thursday before the weekend even starts.
When everybody's guaranteed to be working.
On the CW where no one will even accidentally find it.
Oh, I was kidding. Was it really on the CW?
I don't know if it was on the CW. But it's just like
I thought it was on TNT, wasn't it?
Was it?
You said it was Live. Didn't you say it was Live?
Yeah, no, it was a joke. Somebody was just made that up. But no, it was on TNT, and I think that's where Charles Barkley told Eddie that he was going. Ernie, that he was going in the Sportscasters Hall of Fame. I think that's why they were sitting there at a desk. That makes sense. Tiger Paws says tribal land is only a lease, so on the lease, if it ends, the tribes will claim all the buildings as their own. You lose out. You wouldn't want to do the Madhouse McDowell, though, because he wants a full entertainment district, hotels, shopping, apartments. He says, yeah, Sky Song is now part of ASU. It used to be Los Arcos Mall there. All right, so at Tiger Paws, she's right. This guy wanted to create an entire entertainment complex as part of the money-making enterprise. He goes on Indian land. He's going to lose control of some of those things. He's not going to own some of those things, and that money's not going to come flowing in like he hoped it would. So if you're only thinking of the team, tribal land is a good idea. If you're looking for more, maybe that's not where you really want to go.
Maybe you have the tribes actually build the facility. They've got the money.
No, I'm sure
if they want to use it on that, though.
There's going to be lots of ways of negotiating stuff, but I don't think they really care. They're like, come to us with a good idea. Well, here's an idea. It's not that good an idea. So bye-bye. Yeah, they're not going. They don't need you. You need the tribal land.
Right.
Tribal land doesn't need you. So I would imagine the hardball is going to be hardest from the side of the Native Americans. Average Joe says taxes are a big part of the land rights with the Coyotes. You know what this sounds like? It sounds like a ginormous mess, doesn't it? It just sounds like a ginormous mess. I think that if the people who own the Coyotes were smart, they could see what they tried to do and failed in Tempe, try to do that again somewhere else. You'll get everything you want. And but yeah, you give up too much, I think, if you try to do this on tribal land. The only way you go for tribal land, if all else fails, and now you're concentrating on only a place for the team, and that's it, nothing else. You have to give up your dreams of whatever hotels or entertainment districts, or at least having any real ownership in it. So, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. NFL Blitzer says, the whole screen just did a thing. Friday. 888-368-1580. They got thrown out. They got thrown out of the text line. Can you believe that?
What?
Friggin' nerve of it, right? An NFL Blitzer says, why move the Coyotes at the new Santan Mountain Casino regardless of losing a gambling license? Okay, there's a lot going on there. I'm not sure what you're trying to say, but I think he's talking about that. There's a new casino that's about to open up Gilbert Road south of Hunt Highway. Is that the one you're talking about, NFL Blitzer? Yeah. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Eubanks can finally get rid of Jock Lawn ornament. No, I think they want to keep Jock Lundale, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And why would they want when he played, he gave them good minutes. They're not asking him to play, 40 minutes a game.
He was the only hope we had in some of those games. At least he was You could tell he was frustrating Jokic. He wasn't stopping Jokic, but he was frustrating him, which was worth something.
When you looked at that playoff run in its entirety, nobody did. Like no big guy that went against him actually stopped him from scoring points. So there's that, I guess. It's just
the effort was there that frustrated him, and you'd see Jokic looking like a little bit like, damn it. And you could see his face was turning red. And, you could tell he was not happy when Landale was on the court. He did make a difference, not enough, but at least there was effort. That's all anybody wanted. Even if we lost, I was happy Landale was out there, All right. By the way, you remember we talked about the old Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk fight? Well, now the Italian government, they're getting in on it. They're like, hey, we're not kidding. If you really want to do this, we will let you fight in the Coliseum. That's not even a joke. This is a true statement. This is a true statement. And now Elon Musk has heard about it. He's like, yes. And they have talked to Dana White, and they're like, please make it happen. Get in touch with the Minister of Culture. The Minister of Culture in Italy has said, hey, if you're going to do it here. So I don't know how that works, because it's not like a place you can go and really sit down, right? It's not.
No, I guess it's just a TV only thing, but it's going to make massive amounts of money, even if you don't have spectators.
Well, if they probably are not going to do it inside the Coliseum.
Well, then don't say you're doing it in the Coliseum.
Like they have concerts like outside the Coliseum, and they have this whole setup there.
That's no fun. We're going to fight out front.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, these are my people. This is what we do. It's a smart move.
You think, okay, we have a Coliseum, but we're going to do this outside the Coliseum.
Been in the Coliseum?
Well,
we're going to fight in the parking lot.
Have you
That's
been
what
in
it
there?
is.
I've been in there. Have you been in there?
No, I haven't been in there.
Well, if you ever go in there, take a look.
It doesn't look like a place that's structurally sound right now.
No, it is structurally sound, but you're not going to.
I feel like it's going to fall down any minute.
There's not a lot of room to do much in there. I mean, they used to sit 50,000 people back in the day when they were killing people, but nowadays it's kind of
back in the good old days.
Yeah, back in the good old days, when you persecute Christians and killed 1 million animals. I mean, that's great, but I mean, there's not a whole lot of room inside there because a lot of the bottom floor is gone.
Yeah, there's there was an understructure. If you watched the movie Gladiator, there was an understructure to that Coliseum. And when you see the ruins, by the way, ruins is the word, Ralph. You can't. How do you do anything in ruins?
Well, I mean, come on,
all the pillars of the understructure are there. They haven't gotten in like a flooring company or something just to put something over the top of it.
Been around since 80 AD.
Yeah.
So it's a little older than my house.
Still, comps.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
So you can't, and I just think that they're going to want to sell tickets to this thing. So you're not putting people in there, because you want to sell as many tickets as you can.
But don't tell me I can fight in the Coliseum if it's not in the Coliseum.
I mean, they could probably do it, but then it's a TV only event.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
TV only 2 guys. That's it.
So it's just them in the
2 men enter, 1 man
octagon,
leaves.
yeah.
Falling through holes. I mean, it'd be awesome.
I don't mind. I don't think anybody would mind. We don't even listen. Don't even worry about the insurance. Just get in there. We'll see this.
Chain up a couple lions in there too. That'd be awesome.
Now I would watch.
Keep them like 4 lions, one on each corner.
Now you have my attention.
That's in a certain area.
2 massive billionaire dorks fighting each other. I am not interested in watching that. Lions. Now hold on. Let's see where this
Lions, goes. They haven't eaten a Christian in quite some time.
Yeah, they're hungry.
Just saying. So here is the tail of the tape between Dana, what's his name? Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. Dana White will be the guy standing in the between them there. Here's the tail of the tape. Zuckerberg is 39 years old. He's 5'7". He's itty bitty. 145 pounds. Oh my goodness. He has studied Brazilian jiu-jitsu. On the other side, at the age of 51, is Elon Musk. 6 foot friggin' 230 pounds. And he knows Taekwondo.
Oh my God. Look,
he knows karate, Taekwondo, judo. Basically, he doesn't know how to fight.
Elon's getting killed. He's getting killed.
I don't know, though.
You think
that's
so?
A lot of weight.
Because jiu-jitsu is just a ground thing. All you have to do is get him to fall over.
You think that the guy who's training the Zuckerberg Do you think that guy isn't just a yes man too? Oh, yeah, looking great. Oh, yeah, I'm teaching him Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Oh, yeah, you're doing good. You're doing good. Of course, you're going to encourage the, weird billionaire.
The punching and all of that stuff that he's doing, that's not jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu is like, I got your joints, man. I'm choking you out. Like that's, and you don't have to be a great fighter to know how to do that. It's precisely created so that smaller fighters can have a chance against bigger fighters. This is a smaller guy that's not very athletic in any way fighting a bigger guy that's not athletic in any way.
But neither one of them has thrown a punch in their lives. Neither one of them.
Yeah, which is why I'm going to give it to the jiu-jitsu fight, because you don't have to be good.
Not even in a fake fight.
Any of those things. You just have to. Oh, if I get you in a choke, you're done. That's not even.
It's a cat fight.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
I'm just going to give it to the guy.
That's a lot of weight and height difference, though.
Well, if Elon can connect on one, it's over.
One haymaker, bam.
Okay.
Unless he's doing this.
I just don't see that.
If he does this,
the haymaker.
No.
Elon Musk and haymaker. That's an oxymoron. Shouldn't even be in the same sentence. What do you mean if he lands a haymaker? Does that sentence not even sound wrong to you as you're saying it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a big size difference. Like if this was an actual fight with actual fighters, I'm going to take the guy that's Elon sized. But I've seen Elon. He's
so doughy.
He does not look like
he's good.
He's fought anything ever.
Well, like, come on, Zuckerberg looks like he's fought anything.
No,
he doesn't look human. He looks like a freaking alien or a robot.
Yeah, he looks like a lizard. It's weird, like a gecko.
I don't think he's alive.
I can't even guess because
he was in Congress trying his best to look like a human being and just didn't blink for 3 hours.
He's in there. Remember to blink.
Just sweating profusely and drinking water like it looked normal, and then nothing looked normal. Nothing he does ever looks normal. But
39 to 51.
I just look that awkward existing.
5'7" versus 6'2", 145 pounds versus 230 pounds. They're both very pale. Vitamin D deficiency for everyone.
Are you sure that they want to do this in the Coliseum? Like actually have this fight outdoors?
Sounds like
Zuckerberg, the cameras.
He's ready. Elon Musk tweeted, "Some chance fight happens in the Coliseum." He's for real.
Oh my God.
He's for real.
Do you know how much money they'll make on this?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
everyone will watch
these two billionaires will make an obscene amount of money to do something that, by the way, everyone will be disappointed watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are both going to suck at this, and I'm not watching it. No, like I'm not going to waste a second of my life. No, I don't. Someone will record it, and I'll go back and watch it if anybody says anything interesting happened.
You just got to make it interesting. Maybe you put a piece of wood out there, and they have to on a plank, and they have to fight on the plank. I don't know.
Like
put alligators below them or something.
Something to offset how bad they are both going to be at actually fighting. But they're not going to do that. Like that's.
I'm telling you, lions would be awesome.
Lions would be awesome. If you said there are lions in this fight and the loser gets absolutely devoured, I'm there.
Just chain one in each corner. Just give them a little bit of room in the middle. And if one of them gets out of it, they're done.
Yeah. You back up a little bit too far and that line's going to remind you, hey, no, get in the middle, fight.
That would
pick
awesome.
Your weapon. I mean,
but they're not going to do
weapons
that.
Would be interesting.
That would also be interesting. They're also not going to do that.
They couldn't pick up a gladiator sword. I mean,
no. It's going to be
so. What's going to happen is
lightsabers from Target.
They're all gunged up. Yeah, it'll be wiffle ball bets.
That would be funny.
And as time goes by and you get closer to the fight, they're both going to be going, I just don't want to get embarrassed. And you're going to start to see rule changes. You can't hit me in the face right here. And you can't remember Anchorman, all the rules they had for their epic fights. It's going to be like that, I think.
They're going to come out in full armor.
Yeah, probably like samurais. Kiss the Cook says 2 test tube babies fighting each other. Really?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Big George says, I have a better idea. Send Zuckerberg and Mr. Elon Musk into space on a Tesla car. Crash landed on Mars. Let them fight it out, Hunger Games style, till one succumbs to lack of oxygen. And did you not see Total Recall? Their eyes are going to pop out and explode.
Total Recall. Baker's
Cocky Hen says, yeah, give me the guy 100 pounds and 6 inches bigger. I think Zuckerberg would lose to Jesse Eisenberg. That would be a fun fight.
Well, the guy that played him in a movie.
Did anybody ever play Elon Musk in a movie?
I don't think so.
That'd be good. Tag team. You and the guy who, although, yeah, Eisenberg might even be wimpier. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that guy needs a punch in the face too. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
He hasn't done anything to anybody.
Yeah, he's just kind of a smarmy little jerk, though. You know,
in movies.
No,
no one. He doesn't even really like to do interviews because he doesn't even watch the movies he's in. He likes to make plays on Broadway. He takes his money and he puts it to that and just disappears. He doesn't even want to be famous.
I feel like that's him, though. I do. I feel like it. I feel like it's him. All right, we have to take a break. We'll come back. I don't know what we're talking about here. Probably not that. Yeah, football. We got football. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. For years, I've been telling you about refinancing, new home loans, all the great stuff that the Lund Mortgage Team can help you with from start to finish. Now, things have gotten a little crazy, right? The rates were bouncing all over the place. Now they're officially higher than they've been in a long time. And now more than ever, I think it's important to have a mortgage professional that has been there, done that. Any Yahoo can sell you a mortgage when it's 2.75%. Those people are going away. The real professionals are the ones that are staying in business and helping their clients through this kind of tough time out there as far as mortgage rates are concerned. Those people are the Lund Mortgage Team. Matt Oliver, Lisa Lund, they've owned this team for a long time, over 2 decades in the Valley. They are the best in the business, and they will walk you through the process, whether it's refinancing now or probably more importantly, a new home loan. Let them do all the heavy lifting for you. Call today, 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. or online, lundmortgage.com.
Well, Mrs. Grayer, nothing on the x-ray that pinpoints the source of the pain. Let's send you to our lumbar expert.
After reviewing the x-rays, I can't see anything wrong. Let's give you a steroid shot for the pain and send you to the lab for some blood work.
Tired of the runaround? How about trying a new approach? The holistic approach.
At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our medical doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. Our naturopathic doctors can restore pain-free joint function and restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and also improves cognition and emotional stability. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Hello, and thanks for listening. We strive to bring you the best programming available. And we have some exciting new shows coming for you later, like Haircuts of the NBA, Sunrise with KD, and Who Wants to Buy My Colts Tickets? Be listening for them. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Steady Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I don't know. When are they going to do this fight, I wonder? Has there been any word on when they're going to do the fight between Zuckerberg and Elon Musk? I mean, they're looking at a month, 2 months, 3 months.
I mean, I don't think there's a timetable yet. They're just trying to figure out whether or not they'll be able to work through the UFC to make it happen. That's really the first obstacle, and Dana White's all game for it. But they're not going to put out any details or anything like that. I mean,
I think the whole thing with Zuckerberg and Elon Musk is just to distract you away from Sean Strickland. Have you heard that guy talk? Oh, dear God. He's been doing these interviews, and so far, here are the highlights. He insists that women should have never been given the right to vote. They should be taken out of the workforce, and they should be back in the kitchen, and he wants a president who will make that happen. He wants a president who will come in, and he says this thing should be like they were back in 1942, he says. And he wasn't even joking. This dude is like serious. And then he's sitting there talking to some interviewer. He's like, you know what? Without makeup, you're a 6. And she's like, hey, but what do you have a 9 personality? And she's like, oh, yeah, thanks. Well, that's great. So this guy is a dirtbag. I hope he gets his ass knocked out. But he went on this big old rant saying that women should have never gotten the vote and, should be back in the kitchen. And America should strive to be more like it was in 42. Of course, that sort of idiot doesn't understand, history. When people like that quote history, it's just shows a pure lack of understanding. So what he's saying is we want things like they were in 1942. What he doesn't know is women had the vote back in 1919. So kind of confused there with that. But yeah, he's a knucklehead. Part of me thinks he's just trying to do the heel turn. Like he's trying to get that kind of negative attention just sort of as a persona. Otherwise, would anyone care who Sean Strickland is?
Exactly. That's a gimmick.
And of course, maybe this is a moment I should tell you that he's admitted to being a neo-Nazi in his youth, but he had left that behind. Doesn't sound like you've left it too far behind, buddy.
maybe 2 or 3 steps.
Maybe he's like, I wish things were like they were in America before we got into the war. I wish we'd stayed out of the war. So mein Führer had won. That's what it sounds like he's trying to say. So maybe the Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg fight is to distract away from how horrible the Sean Strickland guy is.
But somebody like Musk and Zuckerberg were talking about it on their own before the UFC even jumped into it. Like they started talking about it, and then Dana White saw dollar signs.
All right, well then I give up.
No, Sean Strickland's just a bad person. That's all.
So he's fighting. Oh geez, Abasupian Magomadov.
Oh yeah.
Whoever he's fighting, root for him. Magomadov.
Looks like Magomedov.
Maybe Russian. I don't know.
That
Whatever he
guess,
is,
but
I'm pulling for him. That's all I got to say. 888-368-1580. Waldo says, I hope they can get Russell Crowe to narrate the Zuckerberg Musk fight. And he needs to be dressed up like the Gladiator. Well, about that, I don't know if anybody saw the Thor movie where he played Zeus, where Russell Crowe played Zeus. Yeah, he's not fitting into the Gladiator.
Oh yeah, he is kind of big now, isn't he?
Like ever again, probably. So yeah, probably not. Hookem Hottie says, hey, can we send him to the bottom of the ocean? Oh, Strickland? Yeah, be my guest. King Kitten says, yep, Sky Song. That's the Los Arcos location. And he says, by the way, I went to the Raiders game at the Coliseum. Filthy animals. No, not that Coliseum. We're talking about the actual Coliseum in Rome, not the one in LA. Yes, Heavy Metal Maniacs. We know about Draymond Green going back to the Golden State Warriors for 4 years, $100 million. Yeah, that is overpaying for a guy. No, you're right. It absolutely is. Does anybody here think that was a good get? Raise your hand if you think the Warriors paid just the right amount of money.
Well,
I said raise your hand.
I don't know. My hand feels like a lead weight right now. I can't seem to.
Hey, now's probably a good time to give away some 4th of July ticket there. I'd say tickets, but it's just one ticket for a bunch of people crammed into your car. You can have one person in the car. You can have 10 people in the car. As long as you got a seat and you got a window, it's a good idea. We're going to do this right now. Caller number 4, 888-368-1580. Your chance to win a carload ticket for the Scottsdale 4th of July celebration at Westworld in Scottsdale. largest fireworks display in Scottsdale's history. They got bull riding, rodeo stuff, mutton busting for kids where they ride around on sheep, medieval times, training for juniors, cold beer and cheeseburgers, slider eating contest thing, Disney shows with princesses, Spider-Man, Star Wars, Woody from Toy Story, all sorts of fun, circus performers, face painting, games, and barbecue. Now, that's if you pay the ticket to get inside. All that stuff is available at the big celebration. The ticket we're giving you is just for driving up and seeing the fireworks. But if you want more than that, you're going to want to go to a website. And the website, what was the website, Ralph? Do you remember what it was?
Scottsdale, the number 4, then TH.
That's right. Scottsdale4th.com, Scottsdale4th.com. So caller 4 will get those tickets. Swave Dave says, so the match between Zuckerberg and Musk, will the weapons be a choice between a protractor or a slide rule? See, which one of those has the pokey thing? Isn't that the protractor?
Protractor.
Yeah,
that'd be good. Poke his
take an eye out with that. Yeah. Slide rule, you can calculate how many steps it'll be before you can hit him with the ruler.
Turn him around and spank him.
It's not supposed to be sexy.
It's weird enough as it is, so I can see spanking happening.
I just like how that whole thought process, and you just slow down and you're like, oh, this is sounding way too sexy now. I want to turn you around and I just smack you. Baker's Cocky Hen says the winner should get MySpace. No, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, that's funny.
Beer Bob says, breaking news, Gabe Vincent and the Lakers have agreed on a 3-year, $33 million deal. You're keeping Gabe Vincent. That was a guy they thought might come to the Suns. But now you get to keep Gabe Vincent. Should he be happy he gets to keep Gabe Vincent?
Gabe was playing in Miami.
Yeah, he was in Miami.
He had
he was already on the Lakers.
No, he had the breakout season in Miami, or the breakout postseason, I guess. He had a very average season, but then the postseason, he stepped it up.
I was thinking LeBron James. Never mind.
That's a good move. It's a good move.
Who won the tickets?
That was Guano.
Guano. I don't think we've heard from Guano in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I actually asked him, what's your extra nickname? And he had to remember. He hasn't texted in a while.
What the hell's he been doing with his life?
Well, I mean, he'll have to answer via text now.
That was your phone that time, wasn't it? That was your phone. Whose phone was it? Was that you, Ralph?
Nope.
Keon?
It's absolutely Ralph. I don't have my phone's over there.
Blame the Italian guy.
That's
What's going on here?
Time.
Guido. My phone hasn't been an issue on this show forever. It's never my phone. It's not going to be my phone.
Why are you blaming the minority? It's always the minority.
I said it hasn't been an issue forever.
Wow. Jeez. Yeah,
you just keep blaming me. It's like you're going to be wrong every time.
My God. Ralph, you realize Ralph has just leveled some very serious charges here. You're blaming the minority.
No, it's I also heard it, and I know that my phone is over there, and my phone is eternally on vibrate.
That's a different conversation.
Yeah. We've been meaning to talk to you about that. Probably not the right time for it. 888-368-1580. Big George says, newsflash for Strickland. If you want life like it was in 1942, women were working in factories. Men were off fighting in World War II. Women had the right to vote already. What a tool. He reminds me of Pat McAfee. Wait, what?
What?
Pat McAfee?
Wow. That was a text that made a whole lot of sense until the turn at the very, very end.
What is your problem with Pat McAfee?
Who has never once expressed anything like Sean Strickland just said.
Yeah. Wow, George. I mean, it's not his fault everybody got fired at ESPN. It's not his personal fault. They're like, hey, we want you over here. Yeah, all right, 85 million. All right, fine. It's not his fault that ESPN is bad at math and had to fire people for this. It's not. And Pat McAfee hasn't gone on there and said, I mean, he's a knucklehead. He's just a guy. He's a dude, but he's not like a bad guy. Is he? Has he said anything we should be worried about?
Not that I'm aware of. Look, if Pat McAfee said anything like that, he wouldn't be working for ESPN.
Why are you so angry, George? Why are Giants so angry?
He's trying to match Keon's anger level. Keon was just raging. And so
only because for the second time you've accused me of something I haven't done.
Well, you did.
You haven't.
Except that I didn't.
Listen, hey, take it easy. My phone has made noise too. It happens. We all make mistakes.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's a mistake I would like to not make again. So I've gone to measures to not do that. I put it away from the microphone and put it on vibrate. It's over there.
It's a good microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to pick up a ring because it's not
I
on
just
that.
did. I mean,
well, except it from you.
You're a liar, Ralph.
Now I'm a liar.
And the thing is, when Ralph said it, I was like,
you Italian liar.
He said he said it sheepishly enough. I was like, oh yeah, there's no way he's going to believe that. And then you turned to me, and I was like, what?
Ralph,
he didn't even say it confidently the first time.
Ralph, you and I can't claim a racism card because
I can.
No.
What?
The Italian is not a race, and neither is Irish. Okay, we're just different shades of white.
No, that's
it.
wrong. We're European.
It is true.
We're
No,
European.
No.
Yes.
It's not a race. We're just hunkies.
Did your family come over on a boat?
Yeah, 1920 something.
Mine did too.
So what?
That's a nationality.
It's not a race.
We're a
It's a
minority.
nationality.
How many Italians are in this country? Not many. We're a minority.
A lot of white people who like spaghetti, and I got a lot of white people who like
Oh my
booze.
God.
It doesn't make us minorities anymore. All right, we got to take a break. One more hour of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Mr. Clean. Of course, I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Next up, straight talk from Doug. Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk talking. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk on America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at StraightTalk.com. Based on most first place rankings, Root Metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
If you're struggling, if you're lost, if you need someone to talk to, or if you're concerned about a loved one, call, text, or live chat the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. 988 crisis counselors are available 24/7 to listen and provide free confidential support when you need it most.
Thank you for contacting 988. How can I help you today?
The first step to help and healing is 3 numbers away. When you reach out to 988, hope always answers. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Department of Health.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Now all of your favorite menu items just got their bedtime extended. You can get what you want even later, like the Baconator with 6 strips of bacon, or the perfect fries and frosty duo. If you're up later, then so are we. So go ahead and pull through the drive-thru. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. All right, see ya later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
Ask Sherwin-Williams during the Sweet Summer Sale, June 30th through July 10th, and get 30% off paints and stains with prices starting at $31.14. That means 30% off our most popular color family, blue. Psychologists have found it to be soothing and relaxing, which makes it especially great for bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, get 30% off all of our other colors. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K242 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right
now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
Our everybody. It's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside not Randy White. He'll be back next week. We got Ralph from Harmon Solar. Got Keon Rose in the control room. His phone is on mute, goddammit. And you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And yeah, it's good to hear from you, Guano. Guano won the tickets to the Scottsdale 4th of July celebration at Westworld. And we have one more pass to give away for a car full of people to go enjoy the whole display of fireworks from the beautiful comfort of their air-conditioned car. We'll do that later on in this hour. 888-368-1580. Yeah, Guano finally texted in and says, yeah, I haven't been texting in, but for quite some time, but I've been listening every day. Well, thanks for that, Guano. We appreciate that. We know there's a bunch of people out there who listen and never text in. We know people who will come and go. And listen, we get it. Life is like that. Sometimes you just, you just got to get some stuff done. You can't always be there. You can't always listen. I always love it when people like apologize. Sorry, I couldn't be there today. It's like, we're not your job. You don't have to call in sick. You don't have to explain nothing to us. We're happy you're here whenever you're here. We are here for you, not the other way around, but we're sure glad you are here with us. 888-368-1580. Mr. Pink Eye says Jeffrey and Ralph would be minorities, maybe in the west side of town. That's probably why Ralph thinks he's a minority.
Oh, wait a second. Why on the west side? I'm on the west side.
Well, then you know. 888-368-1580. Big George says, I think my rage today stems from hearing that unfunny comedian say that same joke over and over again in the Verizon Straight Talk commercial. Yeah, either that or my prolonged steroid use. Both will do it. Both will do it. I was thinking about going back to Verizon, but that damn commercial, it's having the opposite effect. Having done stand-up comedy, hearing somebody pretending to do stand-up comedy, and it's not even funny. It's not even a joke. It's just dumber than dumb. I hate that commercial, and I'm sad that it's on our station. You haven't heard that?
No.
Okay, you know what? I'm not going to ruin your life just because ours was ruined.
Lucky you. You know what's offensive? That commercial is offensive. I'm offended every time it comes on.
And it's on the station?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're talking bad about it?
Yeah. Because it's
the way you keep a sponsor. Good job.
I don't care. I want Verizon gone if that's what they're going to put. Oh my God. It's just,
we speak the truth.
This is why I have him do the Harmon commercials, because otherwise he'd just keep ridiculing him. I know if it was me on there, you'd be like, get that crap off.
God, I'm so tired of this guy. No, trust me. We later on here, pull up the commercial. No, if we have to suffer, he has to suffer. This is one of those things. It's a national thing that comes through, and I don't even give a damn. You know, we love our sponsors.
Except for
this, yeah. This is. I mean, come on, stop it. You're ruining everybody's lives with this. It's bad. Wilbur says, "Is there an over under on the number of whiskey drinks that Randy is probably having on his vacation?" Boy, do I miss him. Yeah, we all miss him. He'll be back next week, man. Take it easy. Do you have the commercial ready?
I do.
All right, here's the one we're talking about, Ralph. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Next up, Straight Talk from Doug. Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk talking. Get unlimited.
Do you see now? And now if you've heard that 900 times.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where you're coming from.
And no one has heard that commercial more than me.
Especially with your background, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it.
I hate the fake laughter. I hate the fact that you're trying to.
Yeah, I understand. I agree with you.
That crowd would set him on fire.
Yeah. That'd be fun
in real life. All right, listen, should we talk some football? I think we're actually we're getting to football earlier today than we have in the past. Listen, I know how this it's it's really kind of funny. It did make me think about this. Somebody brought up Fed Fan the other day. And Fed Fan's a very nice lady. She loves tennis, but she likes a lot of other sports too. And sometimes I kind of gunge her a little bit, saying stuff about female athletes. And she once emailed me, and we had a nice conversation. She said, "No, it's nothing personal." She says, "It's just, you guys talk like 99% NFL." I said, "Well, that's not true all year round." But she finally had enough of my nonsense, and she'd finally had enough of the fact that we just were making fun of tennis or not talking tennis, and she stopped listening. But I have thought of her since somebody brought her up. I have thought of her lately where we hardly ever talk football now. And that'll change in the next couple of months when football season is in. But I often sit there and think, well, if she was listening now, she might be happy.
She might actually enjoy. We've talked more Warriors in the last couple of weeks, and she's a big Warriors fan. I remember.
She wants you to talk tennis?
Oh, yeah.
Well, who watches tennis?
She was called Fed fan for Federer.
I get it, but nobody watches tennis.
I mean, I watch tennis.
Cat will.
You watch WNBA. I mean, no, so.
Cat will watch. We'll watch tennis too. Yeah,
but I mean, it's not something that you really want to talk about.
Yeah, it's probably just something to keep to yourself. Anyway,
I mean, I don't mind. Whatever.
Sun Devil Raul says, "Why are you guys ripping on commercials? You guys have so little. You better not lose any revenue." We're not losing revenue.
We're not in danger. That's just
yeah.
you're just gonna have to trust us.
Bruno Baller says, "We don't talk about football. We just talk about wanting to talk about football." I know. Chosen One says, "Quick poll. Who do you think wins the NFC North this year?" Not your team, Chosen One.
Wow.
I don't know.
Vikings.
I mean, it's too early to tell anything, isn't it?
I mean,
NFC North.
North. I mean, the Lions look really good.
That's such a weird sentence, isn't it?
It feels wrong to say every time I say it. It feels wrong to think as a thought.
It's not going to be the Packers.
It could be the Vikings.
And
it could be the Vikings. Yeah. But
if I had to bet today, I'd bet the Vikings.
The Vikings did not fix a whole lot of the problems that they had last year, which is that they couldn't stop anybody.
I don't trust the Lions.
You know, the Bears.
I understand that. They haven't earned anybody's trust, really.
Yeah.
The Bears might be a surprise team this year. They had a lot of good draft picks. I kind of believe that quarterback could have a breakout year here. I don't know if it's enough to overtake the Lions, but I'd say no way Green Bay.
No.
Bears, maybe. Vikings, maybe. Detroit Lions, probably right. You're probably right on the front runner on that. And that is just a weird thing to say out loud.
Yeah. I mean,
don't trust
the Lions have the best Vegas odds. And every time I'm on the FanDuel and I look at it, I can't wrap my mind around it. Just can't do it.
Donnie says, the Lions, ha, 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 ha. Well, you're a Vikings fan, so of course you're just seeing the stars in the eyes of one Kirk Cousins. You know, you're just. How can you have him as a quarterback and be confident?
That's a great question.
I just don't know how you do it, Donnie. I don't know how you do it.
And defend him.
A team could win at division 8-8 this year, or 9-8, whatever it is now. It's 9-8, but
I don't think that division though.
I mean, it's going to be a beat up division, I think.
The Chosen One says, didn't the Lions lose all their wide receivers because of gambling infractions?
They lost a few of them. Quintez Cephas, Jameson Williams. Yeah.
They also have a really dumb quarterback.
He's not dumb.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Jared Goff?
He didn't know which side of the sky the sun rose and set in. He didn't know the sun came up
to throw a pass.
Well, he's dumb.
He's got fifth grade reading.
Kirk Cousins is dumb. Jared Goff is dumb.
I don't think any quarterback is dumb. I think you have to be pretty darn sharp to be a quarterback. It's a lot has to go through your head. I mean,
not dumb. Like, cause there's different kinds of being smart. I think if you're a quarterback in the NFL, you process information pretty quickly. But what do you know? Just practically, as far as Jared Goff goes, not a whole lot.
Yeah, he might not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but he's not dumb.
You sometimes need to be a sharp tool in a shed to be useful, and I don't find him to be very useful. So,
well, he had a hell of a year. I mean, he played.
Yeah, he did. He
played great football, and they didn't. Offensive coordinator still there.
Quarterback in fantasy football too, and he got
me a lot.
Yeah. And they did that, by the way, with the defense that sucked. Like they were scoring like 40 points a game for like the first 6 games, and were losing some of those games because they were giving up 45.
Yep.
Well, let's talk about how we think the years will go since it was brought up. I think the Detroit Lions will have a pretty nice year. A nice year. I do like Coach Kneecap, and they seem to have some pretty decent players. Even if they lead the NFC North, that's about where it ends.
Okay, but that's still something. Like winning your division is still a good thing.
Green Bay Packers are doomed. Minnesota Vikings, probably not going to be a great year. Your bimbo quarterback and the issues you guys have had, I don't think you got better. The Bears did get better, and it's all down to whether or not that quarterback is for real. So if Justin Fields breaks out, I think you're going to see a pretty special season for the Bears.
So you're throwing the Packers away?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's something that I can see them having a year. Just something to say, and I don't know. It
just all depends on Jordan Love, and he's such an unknown quantity to us because
I think he's known enough, and I think he's gonna fail.
The last time we saw him, he didn't look bad. He didn't look good, but he didn't look bad either. And so, like, the question is, like, did he? From the last time,
I remember our conversation. You looked at him in a very generous set of eyeballs.
I disagree. I have never liked Jordan Love, but the last game he played, he looked okay.
You were too nice to him on that one because your expectations were so low. I'm telling you, it wasn't as good as you thought it was.
I said okay. Like, I didn't say he was even good. He was just okay. And has he improved between the last time we saw him then and now? I don't know. We haven't seen him. The only people who've seen him are in that building.
Sun Devil Raul says, I wonder who won the smack off on the Jim Rome show today. Gee, I don't know. I was busy. I was doing my nails, I guess. I don't know. I was doing. Is that something we could even look up for Sun Devil Raul?
We can figure this out here.
The smack off season is pretty fun if you catch it. That is pretty good. Swave Dave says, I think the Lions will make the playoffs. Well, logically they will if they win that division, but I wouldn't expect much out of it. Baker's Cocky Inn says, no, I remember Fed fans stopped listening because Nadal and Djokovic both have more titles than Federer. So that's why. I don't think that changes the fact that that's her favorite player, but
I mean, if it means anything to you, hold on, I just had it there. Mark in Boston.
You are correct. Mark in Boston. There you go. I think you can go back on our website, 1580 The Fanatic. And if you go to the listen on demand part of our site, scroll down, you'll see the Jim Rome podcast are there. And just like you do with an hour of this show, you can find the chunks of his show there too, if you want to hear that. Sun Devil Raul. Bliss Lay says, Justin Fields has showed me nothing in the last 2 years other than his running ability. If he was even decent, he would have led them to more than 3 wins last year. I don't think that's fair, Bliss Lay.
Yeah, I disagree with that a lot because for a couple of reasons. One, once they started letting him run, the passing lanes were so big, he actually improved as a passer. And like his legs still work this year too. And like that formula's worked for a lot of guys. Like you use the running ability until the guy improves as a passer. But the other issue is that team had the worst roster in football last year. They didn't have receivers. They didn't have offensive line. They didn't have good running backs. And the one good running back they had got hurt. And their defense sucked. Like they got a little bit better. And they're still going to have some work to do. But like a quarterback can't win more than 3 games, this early in his career with no O-line, no receivers. Like that's insane.
I believe in that kid. I don't know if I'm right. I'll be honest. Who knows? But once he has some better players around him, you should see an improvement. If you don't, then you're all right about Justin Fields.
I think he's a recycled wannabe RG3. I don't like him. I've never liked him. I didn't like him in college.
He's had nothing but nice things to say about you, Ralph.
I've had
even
nothing,
if you are Italian.
I've had nothing nice to say about him except he's fast and he can run. I think he's a terrible passer. I don't think he thinks on his head thinks the way he needs to. I don't think he's going to be successful. I think he's has been in 2 more years. Personally, I just don't like him.
I don't know if a recycled RG3 is the great comparison because he's much bigger. Like
I know that.
He's not as fragile. Like RG3's main problem wasn't
Justin Fields is going to get knocked out in the game soon. I mean, the way he goes and takes hits, he's going to get himself knocked out.
I think
that's all he has. His legs.
I think he's going to take some damage, but I don't think he's going to get knocked out because he doesn't. I don't know. He does he's a big dude himself. Like we're not talking about even a guy like Lamar. Like we're talking about a much larger human being. I think that he could, like, if he doesn't develop as a passer sooner rather than later, even if he has like a great season or a great season or two, I don't know that he's like a guy that's going to play for 15
so
years.
take RG3 out of the comparison. Think Vince Young. I mean, he kind of reminds me of him a little bit too. I mean, I just don't see it. I just don't see him.
I think he's a better
can't
passer
see-
than Vince Young.
You can't see anything, Ralph, because the fair assessment is he's had garbage players around him. So you can't say, oh, he's not a good passer. You can't say, oh, all he can do is run when you didn't have anybody that could get open, or you had an O-line that was collapsing and you were always scrambling for your life. You got to at least give him a fair shot with some decent players around. If it's still the same after that, then if you're right, you're right.
They traded for Chase Claypool, and I don't know that helps anything. I think Chase Claypool sucks. So that's just a.
I'm looking at the whole body of work because I'm thinking back to college too. I just was never impressed with him. And
now I thought he was impressive in college.
I didn't think he was. I thought he was way overrated, way overhyped in college, and he's kind of showing me what I think he was.
I don't know, man.
Now, granted, he's got no players around him, but he still should show you something. And I don't see much except for a guy that can run.
To me, you have to use both. And like the coaching staff last year, I don't know why it took them half the season before they were like, oh yeah, let's try and use his legs a little bit. But you have to use both. The threat of him running makes the passing game easier. That's like the whole point of drafting like an Anthony Richardson. Even is like. He's going to take some time to develop, and he's going to obviously not be a great passer early, but you're trying to bring him along slowly. And so you use his legs to make the passing game easy enough until, okay, the game is slowing down for him now. And if after that, we're still seeing the same mistakes and there's no development, all right, fine. Now, you wave the white flag and the guy's just not good.
He's a prime example of why you don't start these guys so young. Just Anthony Richardson should not start. I mean, he should sit on the bench for at least a year, maybe 2. He's not ready. You bring that guy out there, he's going to be another Justin Fields. He's going to be another guy that's going to struggle, get hit.
Different kind of athlete.
He's a different kind of athlete, but he has accuracy issues. He absolutely has accuracy issues. He's not ready to start an NFL game. And I think Justin Fields was started way too young. He needed his time to sit. I'm a big proponent of guys sitting and learning.
It could go either way to me, because I also think that there's like a version of it where you could have Cam Newton. And obviously Cam eventually did the thing that I'm worried about with Justin, where he just took so many hits that eventually like his shoulder was done.
See, I thought you were going to say he wore his grandmother's clothing.
I mean, no, Justin's not quite in that lane, but the game did eventually slow down for Cam, and they threw him to the wolves early, and he had accuracy issues coming out too. And then he was able to string together a Super Bowl run, like obviously choked in the Super Bowl, but they went there. Like, could you get that out of a Justin Fields, and would it be worth it? I don't think that's the wrong way.
His whole career. I mean,
well, yeah, even back in college, Cam wasn't accurate. So, Justin was at least accurate in college.
Last Optimus says Lions will take the NFC with a record of 10-7.
It's possible.
Yeah,
it's a very
that's
reasonable
a huge season for them if they win 10 games.
Yeah, and then you could probably win that division with 10 games too.
Sun Devil Raul says Cards go 1-16 this year. What do you think? It's possible. I'm not trying to be a jerk.
It's very possible.
No, it's very much in the realm of possibility. Yeah, that's
more like 2 games, maybe 3, but still. Big George says, "Hey, Foofy, keep your Justin Fields name out of your mouth." And he said bad words.
Wow,
he's a Bears fan.
He's very angry. Oh, he's a Bears fan. He's very angry today.
Very angry. Blissful Hayes says, "Of course, here comes Keon's predictable excuses for his favorite quarterbacks." I don't think he's his favorite quarterback.
No, it's not. I just think
I'm the one who's kind of rooting for the kid.
Yeah, I just think that there's a way to develop him. And look, having no talent on a roster isn't an excuse. That's just like a fact.
Well, you're the very positive guy.
You can't win. I mean, yeah, when I see
like Trey Lance, I mean, you were talking good about him last year.
When I see potential, I talk about the potential. I don't know what Trey Lance is going to be, and that's what I'm saying. Like I just
traded is what you're going to be.
I just okay, maybe, but
Brock Purdy.
I was talking about the upside, and I was saying you have to play him because you're not going to get anything out of him by not playing him. I just think that's silly. But also, if I don't see potential there, I'll tell you that too. Like Chase Claypool sucks.
How long did it take you to get up on Vince Young?
Pretty early.
Well, he was like 3 or 4
pretty
years
early
old,
because I like that the way that Vince Young threw the football, that sidearm. I never thought that was like going to work in the NFL because I think you have to be able to change arm angles to be able to beat some of these defensive linemen. They get their arms up, you're screwed. And that was a lot of Vince's problem is like, he's got one delivery. Like once that never changed.
He had issues too.
I mean, there was that stuff as well, but like.
He got like a 1 on the Wonderlic. I mean, he was not a bright guy.
Sure, but like he won a bunch of games in Tennessee, like a string of games. But
wrote his name right.
But the passing was just going to be your biggest weakness.
Yeah,
like
he was horrible.
Low Wonderlic guys have won before, so Brett Favre got like a 5. Like
he's the lowest ever. He was the lowest ever.
I don't know.
Like he has
running late,
and Wonderlic is not you're not dumb if you failed the Wonderlic. It's a stupid test.
It's called a lick. I mean, that alone.
We're running late here, so let me just read this. Last Osma says, Bears fan here. Not going to argue with Ralph on Justin Fields. I see a 40% chance of him ending the season, though, as a franchise quarterback. Okie dokie. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Fields is so much better than Geno Smith. Oh, he's just,
oh my God.
That's what he
You
does.
wish you had Geno Smith.
He just starting some crap there. Oh, boy. All right. And then when we come back, the chosen one has a question, which is not a bad question. He says, who's your way too early Super Bowl teams? Wow. Yeah. Give us the break to think about it. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Sign up for the VSiN Daily Newsletter to keep you up with the day's biggest sports betting news and insights. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The NASCAR Cup Series this week, downtown Chicago, the first ever street race event in Cup Series history. Chase Elliott 5-1, Tyler Riddick, Martin Truex Jr. plus 650, Kyle Larson plus 750, AJ Allmendinger 9-1. Arizona Diamondbacks $1.40 dog at the LA Angels today at Angel Stadium in Anaheim. The Angels minus 150, 9.5 under the total. Los Angeles Dodgers a $2.10 favorite at Kansas City today, plus 180, 9.5 over the total at Kauffman Stadium. Bobby Miller for the Dodgers, Alec Marsh pitching for the Royals. Mike Sennett, 1580, 99.3 The Fanatic.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Now all of your favorite menu items just got their bedtime extended. You can get what you want even later, like the Baconator with 6 strips of bacon, or the perfect fries and frosty duo. If you're up later, then so are we. So go ahead and pull through the drive-thru. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. All right, see ya later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
It's the middle of summer when your AC stops working and your safe haven becomes unforgiving terrain.
Why must get to water? Honey, call someone to fix our AC unit.
I did, and they're already here.
How long was they out?
Summers in Arizona are brutal. That's why thousands of Arizonans depend on Desert Diamond Air. From 24/7 emergency service to diagnostic checkups to full replacement, Desert Diamond specializes in both residential and commercial HVAC systems with competitive pricing and experience to service and repair all major AC brands. And with federal tax credits up to $2,000, it's a great time to replace your AC system. Go to desertdiamondair.com or call 602-362-4599. That's 602-362-4599. Or search Desert Diamond Air on your mobile phone today.
Ask Sherwin-Williams during the sweet summer sale, June 30th through July 10th, and get 30% off paints and stains with prices starting at $31.14. That means 30% off our most popular color family, blue. Psychologists have found it to be soothing and relaxing, which makes it especially great for bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, get 30% off all of our other colors. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet, reminding you to check out the show. Now, why should you check out You Better You Bet? Because we bring you the most fun. We bring you the most insightful, the most entertaining show in the wagertainment world. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come alongside them. Plus, you'll get the best betting analysis anywhere from myself, Ken Barkley, and some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. So tune in weekdays, noon to 3 on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and we had a question from the chosen one. He wanted to know what our way too early Super Bowl teams were. All right. Oh, that's a little bit of a tough one. Haven't even seen any preseason games yet. You know, the Kansas City Chiefs just won it, so, you know, they're still intact. I think they're a pretty good threat. The 49ers, I don't know. Maybe they
too many unknowns.
Yeah, Brock Purdy is okay. Then they've got a shot. Eagles.
I mean, if the Eagles are what they were, I mean, they could walk right into it again.
Yeah, it's always felt like they were just missing something. Bengals, you know, sort of an outside shot. Bills, same thing. They're always sort of floating around. I don't feel like the Jets are going to be there. Who's that?
Chargers have a shot.
Really?
I think so.
They just sort of quietly been sort of hanging around there. Herbert's good, but I mean, did they add on some more pieces that they needed to help them get there?
I don't think they really needed to add anything. Like a lot of what happened to them in the playoffs was Brandon Staley had the most horrific string of bad decisions I've ever seen a coach have in the playoffs. Well, and then they had a 21-point lead and they imploded. So the question is, did he learn anything like that? Like, that's not something that you can go off field acquisition and now we're better now and we're going to go make a run. Like, the team's plenty good defensively and offensively. In fact, I think, you know, they underachieved defensively. They'll probably play better on that side of the ball. But is Brandon Staley going to learn from what he did? He's a very young coach. And I don't know but if you just go talent, yeah, they got a shot.
I'm just going to be boring. If you're asking me for, you know, probably going to be the Chiefs again. I mean, that would be my guess, the Chiefs again, unless there's some sort of injuries or something. What do you say, Keon? Who do you pick?
I'm leaning towards the Bengals. That was a really great game between those two teams. And like one questionable decision gets taken off the board and the game probably goes to Cincinnati. They're neck and neck in the AFC, in my opinion.
Ralph?
I'm kind of leaning San Diego. I think they're going to be that one.
I thought you were going to
team,
say Seattle. I really thought you'd say it.
No, I thought we were just talking about AFC, aren't we?
No, we're talking about the Super Bowl.
Oh, I think the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl. I think the Eagles are going to be stronger this year. They're going to come back and they're going to get what they missed last year. I think they're really hurting from what happened, and I think they're going to come back and win again.
I saw that they had so many, you know, guys that free agents that they had to bring back. Would you believe they brought back damn near every one of those guys? It's just an unbelievable.
And if you hear them talk, I mean, they're hungry.
Yeah,
they're real hungry. So, I mean, to me, that's the most logical pick. And you know, there's going to be a team probably in each conference that's going to come out of nowhere that's going to have this stellar year that you've never thought was going to happen. And who knows? That's the
you know who else is hungry? Me. My wife has been cooking a roast downstairs all day. It's all I can smell.
She didn't burn it.
My God. You know what? I think Chosen One was asking us who we thought the both teams would be. I thought you were just asking for a winner, but now I think that he was asking for more than that. I can't do that.
Boy, I mean, I'm inclined to say Philly from the NFC because the NFC is weirdly weak. Like they've got a couple of teams up top, and then just look at the rest of it. I'm like, not really impressed.
Ingles, Bengals. What just came out of my mouth?
Eagles,
Bengals. Yeah,
Eagles, Beagles.
The
Eagles, Beagles.
Yeah, the Eagles and the Bengals. I would take. I would take that. Yeah,
Eagles, Chargers.
The Eagles have like the best roster in the entire NFC. It doesn't even feel like it's close. It's just. Once again, in a position where I have to say nice things about the Eagles, it hurts me.
Yeah. I don't know, man. The Chosen One says, yeah, Bengals 49ers. That's my pick. And by the way, didn't the Eagles lose half their coaches?
They did.
But They still got the head coach. I mean, like,
they're talented.
Like they didn't lose the players. Like that's
a
like
Super Bowl roster.
We see coaches get taken all the time, and because they can't bring the roster with them, it doesn't work out. Usually, if you keep the players, you're good.
Big George says his way too early Super Bowl teams: the Seattle Seahawks and the Miami Dolphins.
Seahawks are a year away. Not this year, next year.
I think he's being facetious.
I know, but I'm telling you, they're a year away. I'll say it now.
Not they're a quarterback away, I think.
Not this year, next year. They're young.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, did Justin Fields kick Ralph's ass in fantasy this year or what?
No, I've never liked him. I've said this on this show multiple times over the last year. I don't think.
Big Risk says Keon isn't making excuses. As soon as the coaches let him play his style, whether it was at the end of the game or later in the season, his productivity improved a lot. He's talking about Justin Fields.
Yeah, it's just
not Keon. Keon didn't play.
I would say Keon improved a lot. I agree. When you let him go and be Keon, I thought he did a great job.
Yeah. I don't know who that is. Blissful A says excuse after excuse. Okay. Bottom line, if Fields is good, he by himself should have won more than 3 games.
That is not true. That is not how 11 on 11 teams work.
Keon, it's Blissful Hayes, man. It's Blissful Hayes.
But he should have showed more. I agree.
I thought
he would have
did.
showed more.
I thought he did.
I don't think he showed anything except that he's not a very good passer and he's got great legs.
We shall see this year.
Once they incorporated the running, all of a sudden the passing improved for him. Can't imagine why that would be. And you have to have them both. Like you don't get to say he's more of a runner than a passer.
Yeah,
like if he can do both, he's both.
So his completion percentage went from 35 to 37. I mean, that's great.
I mean, except that that's not what happened. So yeah, and they were in a whole lot more games, but he can't win those games with the receivers that he had and the offensive line. Like, I'm sorry, no, I don't care how much of a good quarterback you are. If you're a guy that's in your second year in the league and your offensive line is made out of paper mache, you don't look good. Nobody does. The best quarterbacks behind bad offensive lines look like garbage.
Usually, not always.
Usually. So
Russell Wilson's looked really good behind some bad offensive lines.
Yeah, and it's his legs. That's the reason why that's happened.
It's a lot of things, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm just so like you got to at least say, hey, if the guy is in a situation where most guys look bad, that's the rule, not the exception.
I can't believe we spent this much time arguing over whether Justin Fields is any good or not. That is surprising to me. Cabana over here is saying he's got Ohtani and the Red Sox Robert to hit a homer in each game of the next 3 games. He says probably hit 3 or 4 of 6, possibly. Ohtani is always a good bet for a home run, I guess.
He hit 14 of them in the whole month of June. Like that's
not thrilled that it's going to be against the Diamondbacks, but as long as long as we win, I don't care. I don't care what happens. Dodgers are already winning by a run. Yeah, of course they are. 888-368-1580. All right. So, this isn't NFL, but it really bears bringing up. Yeah, Moose Johnson. Moose Johnson over there. Moose Johnson used to be in the NFL, and now he's an executive for the USFL. And here's the headline. Moose Johnson surprised by a ratings race with XFL. He says, yeah, that was surprising there that we were neck and neck in the ratings. I feel like if your name is Moose, a lot surprises you.
Oh, no.
Like how elevators work.
I mean, it was the same audience watching both.
When toast comes up out of the toaster, cooked, you're like, oh, that's like got to be surprising for someone named Moose. But Moose Johnson is like, well, look at our product. It's so much better.
Clearly, like obviously better.
Is it?
I don't think it is.
Like is noticeably?
I think the XFL was a better product.
They kind of the same, right? Kind of same.
Some guys have gone to that got drafted or they got signed from the XFL. I mean,
I don't care.
It wasn't bad.
Still, really but was one better than the other? Really? Keon, did you watch one of both?
Well, no. I accidentally watched an XFL game or part of one.
Accidentally.
Yeah, like I was in a bar. They had it on.
I watched it a lot.
You watched both a lot?
I watched the XFL a lot, and I watched some USFL, and I think the XFL was better.
Moose thinks the USFL is better.
Well, Moose is an idiot.
And
Hey,
also
Moose.
also biased. He works
Yeah,
he works
exactly.
for the USFL.
And
Of
isn't he
course
an
he thinks,
ex-Cowboy too?
I don't know.
I have to look that one up there.
I don't follow Moose.
'Cause that would
What
make
is the Meese? Is it Meese? I don't follow Meese.
It's not Meese. It's not
What's
Mooses.
the plural of Moose?
Moose.
Oh,
There's a lot of moose over there.
He
Oh,
was,
so
he was a
just-
cowboy.
He was a cowboy, right? That's
Yeah.
what makes him that much stupider. So
Agreed.
thank you.
Moose.
Moose Johnson, right?
Moose. I'm trying to figure out the plurals in past tense.
It'd be Moose.
It's Moose. All right. Number one Rattlers fan says Rattlers signed 3 players from the XFL, and they had an impact on our defense. Well, that makes more sense.
That's not helping the narrative at all.
Yeah. No, it's about exactly what I expect. Pink Eye says way too early NBA championship prediction. No, I don't want to do that.
Okay, they're still doing free agency right as we speak. Let's wait a little bit longer. Yeah.
Why is it on all week long? It's been like a Friday show. Today, everybody's like, well, let's get serious. Let's help them prep the show. All right, here's a topic. Thanks.
That's the ultimate Weird Friday show, is that you have a weird week, and
all
then the
week
Friday
long,
show's
it's
just
been-
normal.
It's been silliness and nonsense. We want to get serious today.
Oh, yeah, today.
On a Friday before a 4-day
We
weekend.
get, every time we want to talk NFL football, we get about 13 texts that are the weirdest thing that any of us has ever heard. And then today, just
It's Justin Field Friday.
You know,
Justin-
Big Risk makes a good point. He says, how did Peyton Manning do his first season? Horrible.
terrible.
Give Field some time and some players, and let's just see what happens.
No.
Hey,
You're
yeah,
right.
if, like if you put talent around the guy and then he can't do anything, you have your answer.
Kiss the Cook says, and why does it say forward? Why are you who you forward me a text from? It says forward. NBA Summer League begins in 3 days.
Okay.
Oh, all right. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
I can't tell you what I just did on the camera, but yeah. All right, where were we? We're trying to talk some goddamn NFL here, people. So I'm just gonna skip this. I feel like we don't have time. I'm running out of time for fun, good stuff. Hey, by the way, Buda Baker says he wants a contract that shows he's in the Cardinals' long-term plans. Well, he should be in the Cardinals' long-term plans, right? I mean, there's no reason he shouldn't be in their long-term plans,
Absolutely.
except for their tanking. So,
I mean, yeah, they're tanking, but when you're rebuilding, don't
You want him.
ship me out of town. That's basically because he's got a year left.
so do they need to give him a new contract now, or can they wait till the end of the next season?
I think the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be.
Cardinals don't wait.
Especially because your team is so bad.
Put him in the
And
Ring of Honor
he's-
right now.
He's so good. Like if he puts up video game numbers because like he's the only guy basically making plays, it's going to be harder to do this at the end of the season than it will be now.
Helly's proctologist says, "Hi guys, hey, Helly's proctologist. Haven't heard from you in a while.
It's
Good
been
to
a
hear from
while,
you, man.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been since last year sometime.
Wow.
Good to hear from you. I just like how random people just show up. Hey,
I still listen. Well, thanks for
I'm
that.
glad you're out there still listening. All right, listen, let's take a break. We come back. If we can, we'll talk some more football or something. And we got Big Georgia Sports History. And we're going to give away them tickets for the fireworks. So come on back, kids. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, Don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at gawon'twait.com. That's gawon'twait.com.
And now, here are the top 3 things experts recommend you do to survive the summer with a broken AC. 1, breathe very slowly. 2, do not make any sudden moves until help arrives.
Just ignore it.
3, calmly express your disappointment to your husband for neglecting service on your air conditioner.
They finally get me unstuck from this leather chair. I'm gonna kick your.
Summers in Arizona are brutal. That's why thousands of Arizonans depend on Desert Diamond Air. From 24/7 emergency service to diagnostic checkups to full replacement, Desert Diamond specializes in both residential and commercial HVAC systems with competitive pricing and experience to service and repair all major AC brands. With federal tax credits up to $2,000, it's a great time to replace your AC system. Go to desertdiamondair.com or call 602-362-4599. That's 602-362-4599. Or search Desert Diamond Air on your mobile phone.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
This is Joan, enjoying some me time up on the rim. This is Simon and his friends paddling the Salt River. And this is Brad. Brad is, well, no one knows where Brad is. What they all have in common is that they went to azmbdnow.gov to quickly and easily renew their registration or 30 other services. So go to azmbdnow.gov and get more time to enjoy all the things you love.
Sponsored by ADOT in partnership with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
In the morning, get out of my bed. Wake up, Phoenix, to the best new morning sports show on radio. Join me, Tony D.
And me, Ron Culver, every weekday from 6 to 9 a.m. right here on 1580, 99.3, The Fanatic.
Dave Linder here on 1580 The Fanatic. You know, I was reading a story about that Titan sub disaster. I believe you not. As I scroll down, this was an ad that was on the screen.
Oh my gosh.
Best waterproof watches for summer 2023.
That's wonderful.
And a picture of a guy's wrist.
I sometimes these algorithms do not care. They'll give you any ad. Oh man.
Was that the article about finding body parts?
Yeah, that's the
awesome.
one.
That's
and so, of course, there's an arm with a watch right there in the picture. I am not even making that up. Yeah, sure. AI. Thanks. 888-368-1580. Rusty Nuts says, tank Cardinals and trade half pint Murray. Draft Caleb Miller. Yeah, Rusty Nuts. That's the plan. I think that is
you
the
mean
plan.
Williams, though?
Who's Caleb Miller?
Williams. Right. Yeah. Caleb. Anybody named Caleb. Draft all the Calebs. That's the plan for the Arizona Cardinals next year.
All the Calebs.
Why not? Get yourself.
Caleb Martin plays in the NBA. Draft him too. Why not?
Yeah.
Just go for it.
You know what? We could make him a tight end. Listen, let's do this now before we run out of time. I'm not talking about the history. I'm talking about let's do the giveaway. Caller number 4 at 888-368-1580. You'll get a carload ticket to go to the Scottsdale 4th annual celebration at Westworld. You get to pull up in the parking lot and in the air conditioning of your own car, watch a really great fireworks display. It's the largest display in Scottsdale history. And if you decide maybe, hey, I want to do more than that, well, you can go to, what was the website again, Ralph?
It's Scottsdale, the number 4th.com.
There you go. And you can see all the information about what maybe extra tickets can get for you. But they have a whole lot of fun stuff happening out there at Westworld. Not just the fireworks display, tons of stuff. Bull riding for the kids. That's right. We'll put your maybe like 5-year-old, put them on a bull. No, I'm kidding. They let the little kids ride around on sheep or something. I don't know. And then there's cold beer and cheeseburger slider eating contests. They've got fun stuff for the kids. Listen, you've heard me talk about it. The face painting, the games, all kinds of fun. at Westworld in Scottsdale. Give them the website again there, Ralph.
Scottsdale, the number 4 with th.com.
Scottsdale4th.com. So
Keon has to be mean to number 1, 2, and 3. Remember,
I did we ever get him to do that? No, we
wouldn't
should
do it, but he should.
We should record that on like a video.
Yes, that'd be great.
How good would that be? I saw that Gabe Vincent got signed there.
Lakers.
Yeah,
from Miami. Yeah,
he says, "Nice pickup, Foofy," says Moist One.
It's a great pickup. Lakers know how to put the bench together. They're good at it.
Go Suns.
That's just the Suns need to be good at that if they want to have a shot.
Well, we got everybody we had last time. Great. It's good.
Yeah, me too. So,
boy. Anyway, all right. So Keon is collecting the information of the winner of the tickets, and we can still talk some football, just you and me there, Ralph. If
Sure.
you want to.
Yeah.
So why are the Seahawks so bad? No, I'm kidding. So we know that when they want to do the Hard Knocks, they can make you do the Hard Knocks. I don't know why the Hard Knocks are just kind of pussyfooting around the whole thing. You know, that they went, it's one of those things where it's almost like somebody farted there, but not it, and so now the guys are like, come on. No, we don't want to do it. Nope, we don't want to do it. Nope, hell no, we're not doing it. But eventually somebody has to do it. And we've said it at the very beginning. And I think the Jets know it's going to be them. The Jets are like, it's going to be involuntary Hard Knocks this year. So I wonder if that changes the way the show goes.
What does that mean, involuntary? So
we don't want you here, but we are forced to have you here by the NFL. So does that mean that they get to be hostile to the cameras, like put their hands in cameras? You see them running down hallways. Let's talk in here, and closing doors. That could be kind of entertaining.
That would be fun. But why does the
hostile?
Why does the NFL force themselves on these teams? I mean,
it's all part of the contract.
It hasn't been a good experience for a lot of teams.
Tell me about it. I had to watch my Colts on in a special mid-season version.
Yeah, the mid-season one. That was the Cardinals last year. Horrendous.
Why? Stop it.
Let's pick a team that's going to be horrible by mid-season, and let's do it on them. That's fun to watch. That was last year. Terrible.
I don't think that they thought they were going to be that bad, and it was Beer Nuts.
Beer Nuts. Congratulations, Beer Nuts. Enjoy the 4th of July fireworks display. Moist One says, hey, listen, Laker boy, you still got room for D'Angelo Russell, and if not Scrotum, I mean, he'll take the spot. Lakers are having a good day, man.
Yeah, they might sign Scrotum. They're not sure yet.
Mr. Wilbur says, Ralph, stop it. You're making me throw up in my mouth.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, why are you going to throw up in your mouth? I don't understand, Wilbur. Moist One says, yep. Good job, Lakers. All right, so the involuntary Hard Knocks. Yeah, I actually, if it's the Jets, are you going to watch?
I would.
Yeah.
You kind of want to see Aaron Rodgers and how that kind of all works. You know, he's going to put on a show. It's going to be phony.
Over under on how many days it takes Robert Saleh to roll his eyes at Aaron Rodgers. It's something he says.
Half day.
Mere hours.
I mean, Saleh's a serious man.
Yeah.
He is. He's a nice guy, but he's also like he's not a joker, and Aaron Rodgers isn't either, but Aaron is also just very weird.
He's accidentally funny.
That is precisely why I want the Jets to have Hard Knocks, because Aaron Rodgers is strange, and I want to see how his teammates react to his bizarre, the things that he says. I mean, it's just that there's just entertainment value there. There has to be.
I really wonder how the actual Jet fans feel about Aaron Rodgers being on their team. It's one of those things where at the moment you're like, we got Aaron Rodgers. And then after you have a moment to think about where Aaron Rodgers is in a career, where he is in his mindset, he's gotten progressively weirder the more of the drugs that he has taken, and you don't know what you're going to get. It seems like he's doing all right in the training camp. Everybody's saying, oh, this is great. But
that's where Jets fans probably come down. Like they're not going to be picky about the personality of the guy.
Yeah,
he is the best quarterback that has played for them, even at this stage in his career, in 10 years. Like they seriously had to sit down and pay money to go to a stadium and watch Sam Darnold play football on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
They'll take Aaron Rodgers and whatever he comes with it.
If they're 5 games in and they're 2-3, it's going to get ugly.
Oh yeah, because they're New York fans though. They'll turn on you.
They'll rip them apart.
Yeah,
you think at 2-3? I think they'd still be hopeful at 2-3.
At 2-3, they'll be pissed.
At 2-3, a normal fan base would be hopeful still. They're from New York. Like Jets fans and Giants fans are not
lower expectations for having been Jets.
Their expectation is going to be 4-1 out of the game.
Look at Knicks fans. The moment Knicks fans make the playoffs, they're like championship or bust. Like that's how New Yorkers watch sports.
Yeah,
it's all or nothing. There's no middle for them.
Well, this ought to be interesting, but Hard Knocks is going to have to force them to do it. I might watch a couple just to see some doors slam in the camera's faces or something.
They should just pick the worst team every year and put them on Hard Knocks.
That is the way it should be.
Yeah, that's your penalty for being the worst team. You get on Hard Knocks.
Be on the Texans again, right?
Then
now.
you don't have.
And then if you're the same team every year, that's a bigger issue. But yeah.
No, I think they should do that anyway.
I think they just got used. They got spoiled by Marvin Lewis just saying yes every year. Like Marvin Lewis just had a string where he's like, I don't care.
I did like watching the Lions though, because I love their coach.
I thought that guy was just going to flame out so fast. I thought Dan Campbell was a joke and that he was talking some crazy stuff. Turns out he's a fairly good coach.
Yeah, he is.
He is crazy, but he's also a guy that's good at hiring a good staff around him, and he lets them do their job. He doesn't interfere, and I think that makes the operation smoother. Then he just does the rah-rah, bite some kneecap stuff, and that's it.
Yeah.
Chosen One wants to know if we think the Rodgers will go to the Vikings in 2 years, following the whole Favre script.
No.
I think you should go to the Bears.
As soon as Fields falls in the
I told you I own you. Fundar Santa Barbarian says Aaron Rodgers went to Cal, saying he's weird. It's like saying water's wet. Boo, Cal. Go Cardinal, he says. Bruno Baller says forecast high right now for the 4th, 111.
Jeez.
By time it's fireworks time, it'll be like a cool 104. That's why being in an air-conditioned car and to watch the fireworks sounds like a pretty damn good idea to me, Bruno Baller. Moist One says, I'll always root for Saleh. He's a good dude. And he was a key coach that helped with the Legion of Boom back in the day. I want a documentary on the Saints quarterback room this year, though. All right, well, that's Derek Carr. And who else is there? Did they draft a guy? I thought they drafted somebody kind of high. Why do you want a documentary?
To play quarterback?
Yeah.
I don't think the Saints did that.
Did they? Okay, so you got Derek Carr, and who else is Jameis Winston?
Guest appearances, but
we got Derek Carr, we got Jameis Winston, and Jake Henner for some reason.
You don't need a documentary on that. And then there's some weird stuff. You got Jameis Winston sitting there eating L's when he thinks he's eating W's, and Derek Carr putting on the eyeliner. I mean, I don't know. That might be just too tragic for me. Hamilton Porter says the worst part is the Bears would welcome him with open arms. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, really? Moisten says Taysom's there too. Nah, he's no longer listed as a quarterback. He's only as a tight end.
Yeah.
So
Sean Payton was the only person defending his quarterback ability, and Sean Payton gone.
Yep, that's the end of that. We better do this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1908, Boston Red Sox legend Cy Young hurled his third career no-hitter, handcuffing the New York Highlanders at New York's Hilltop Park 8-0. The 41-year-old right-handed hurler pitched his first no-hitter in 1897 against the Reds, and then in 1904 against the Philadelphia A's. Sadly, and somewhat inexplicably, he never won a Cy Young Award. Back to me, Jeffrey. I actually looked up that last part. I think it's kind of ironic and kind of sad that Cy Young never himself got a Cy Young Award. I mean, that's a huge oversight. That's a travesty. I just can't believe Cy Young doesn't even have one Cy Young Award. Hey, yeah, today we got guys that got like 2 or 3. It's just not right. Hamilton Porter says, I'd take a documentary of the Cards quarterback room.
No, you wouldn't.
Why?
There's no one in it.
You'd be like, what's wrong with my TV? Nothing. He is that short.
Wow, there's 5 guys in it. But why would you want to?
There's some TV. I don't know what it was I was watching, but I was just the camera was like tilted up like the whole time. I'm like, is this artistic? And then I realized the cameraman is very short. So for the Cardinals documentary, it's going to be a thing where it's looking down all the time. Like, why is the camera up high? No, it's just Kyler Murray. He's that short. Yeah. Bruno Baller says, this is the last show until next Wednesday. Well, I was going to tell you that. But
or unless he was saying that in shock, like this is the last show until next Wednesday, in which case,
no,
sorry?
I can read punctuation. That's a period.
Oh,
this is the last show until Wednesday. Have a great 4th of July, everyone, says Bruno Baller. I hope you have a great 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of July, everyone. I'm not stingy with my great days like Bruno Baller. To say. Kind of stole my thunder, so
yeah, it's a good point.
Well, everybody, don't blow your fingers off, okay? Don't drink and drive. Try to be safe. Stay cool. Don't do nothing stupid. And we'll see you back on Wednesday. I mean, that's pretty much the whole covenant. Yeah, that's everything right there. Have a good time. And stuff. Hamilton Porter says, have you ever watched a show that is so bad that it's good? Yeah. Yep. Have you ever listened to a radio show so bad that it's good? Well, then you've heard the Daily Blender. Have a great weekend, everybody. We will be back in your radios again next Wednesday at 3 p.m. and all that jazz. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Bye-bye.
At the Home Depot, we have laundry appliances that just fit. From the space you have, to the features you want, to the savings you need.